Bienvenue les amis sur la meilleure vidéo de l'histoire de YouTube. Aujourd'hui nous allons réagir à une expérience sociale sur Minecraft. Ish, un joueur Minecraft, a créé une expérience où il a dispersé 1000 joueurs sur 2 îles différentes. Son but est de simuler une civilisation réaliste. Les joueurs qui seront dans ce monde n'auront reçu aucune indication. Et comme dans la vraie vie, s'ils meurent, tu restes mort pour toujours. Chaque joueur va être libre de faire ce qu'ils veulent. Faire de la nourriture, créer une civilisation, devenir un tueur. Car le problème, une des 2 îles est paradisiaque. Énormément de ressources, incroyables pour vivre. Et l'autre est une île aride, désertique. Que va créer ces inégalités? Eh bien, c'est ce que nous allons découvrir sur cette vidéo, qui est seulement en anglais. Et sur mon TikTok, elle m'a été recommandée des centaines de fois. Je me suis spoil malheureusement, mais Théo, tu ne l'as pas vu.
Non, je l'ai pas vu, les gars, ça fait une semaine qu'ils m'en parlent. Tous les jours, qui me dit viens, faut faire une vidéo réaction dessus, faut la montrer aux gens, absolument. Tu me l'as vendu comme la meilleure vidéo du monde, j'espère ne pas être déçu.
Mon objectif là, c'est vraiment vous faire partager cette chaîne. Elle sera dans la description et surtout vous faire partager le travail qu'il a fait. La communauté FR doit être au courant de cette masterclass. Franchement, installez-vous avec des popcorn, une petite boisson et je vous souhaite un bon visionnage. T'es prêt Théo?
Vas-y, je suis prêt.
3, 2, 1, c'est parti.
In the biggest social experiment in Minecraft history, I scattered 1,000 people across 2 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization.
Mais c'est déjà la
The
qualité
players
mec.
were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever.
Mec, ça c'est incroyable comme aventure, t'imagines? T'es dans ce monde là et tu joues.
Ça donne très envie, mais flemme de mourir le jour 1.
Non, non. Oh, avec le nombre de joueurs et tout, frérot.
One island is a rich green paradise.
Voilà, tu vois, donc il y en a une qui est vraiment incroyable pour vivre.
Ouais.
Is a barren wasteland.
Oh mec, si j'apparais là, je meurs pour mes jours, moi.
Y
a pas de bouffe.
To work with what they've got. Will there be peace between the islands or will there be war? What ended up happening is the single
Moi, je suis négatif, mec. Je suis négatif, ils vont se fight de baiser.
Is pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the rich and poor 1,000 player civilization experience.
Mais comment il fait pour trouver 1000 joueurs même?
Bah mec, je crois qu'il avait 8000 personnes qui voulaient jouer. Et ils ont fait des choix sur des personnes qui
Il y a un
étaient
casting, il y a un
intéressants.
casting de cinéma, frère.
Je te jure, il a fait un casting pour trouver les 1000 joueurs. Ok, donc tu vois, il y a les cœurs. Donc là, 500, jour 1, tout le monde est en vie.
And all 1,000 players began to explore their new homes.
What is this place?
Before the first day, I had made everyone choose randomly between island
Ah, ok,
1
tu vois, ouais,
and
c'était bien au
island
hasard.
2. And I didn't tell them that one of the islands, the first one, would be a barren wasteland. Hey, you guys having a good time?
No. Tell me where the trees are, bro. I cannot find anything.
It didn't take
Comment
long
ça, où
for the
sont les
people who
Arabes?
chose
Il y en a
island
partout,
1
des
to
Arabes, t'es dans le
realize
désert.
they made a massive
Mais non, des arbres.
Ah, ok, j'avais mal lu.
Putain.
Players realized that building civilization
Mec, ils ont pas d'arbres, par contre.
would be particularly challenging, and not only
Mec, si t'as
because
pas
it
d'arbre,
was
tu peux rien faire.
empty, but because some parts of it were completely uninhabitable, like the snow biome. Oh no! No, no, no!
Tu préfères spawn
Right next
chez
door,
les pauvres
a
ou chez les
massive
riches?
volcano that could erupt at
Bah
any
mec,
moment.
je préfère spawn sur l'île paradisiaque.
Ah, moi je
Mec.
préfère chez les pauvres. J'aime bien la difficulté.
All the water on the island
L'histoire serait plus belle si tu gagnes.
killed a lot of people.
L'eau crame.
Ah, tellement il
Mec,
fait
l'eau
chaud.
crame si tu touches.
The players needed to find a tree.
Please tell me where the trees are, bro.
Wood is an essential material, and without it, you really can't do anything. Now, luckily for Island 1, there was one tree on the island, and it was
Wesh,
pretty
il est
big too.
énorme.
What the
C'est le seul
fuck?
arbre, il est énorme.
Completely surrounded
Elle est sympa la map
by
déjà.
boiling
Tu vois, l'idée de
water.
l'île, j'adore.
Got to be kidding me.
Meanwhile, let's go over to Island 2.
Oh la transition. Attends, t'as vu la transition qu'il a fait là? Attends. Ah bah là ils sont heureux hein.
Life on Island 2 was beautiful. The terrain was green, the trees were
Mais j'ai envie de jouer à Minecraft maintenant là.
Viens, on arrête ta vidéo de merde là, on va.
Mais attends, mais déjà, ils s'attaquent pas, là. T'imagines?
Ah, entre eux?
Mais non, ils s'attaquent pas.
Bah, y'a aucun intérêt là, je pense.
The only real danger
Ouais.
on Island 2 was the possibility of falling down from a tree as you're collecting wood. But some people found a way to even work around that. So you're planning to build a bakery.
Yes, I am.
And you're forcing your employees to go up and get oak.
Oh no.
Oh là là.
To work up here.
Tu ferais la même, Théo, sûr.
I don't want carrots. I want fair working conditions.
Also, because of the vast
J'aime bien parce qu'ils font un peu du RP, tu vois.
Bah oui, c'est le but.
C'est cool.
C'est trop bien, un RP.
Hello, Sass, you doing okay?
Mec, tu RP sur Minecraft. Oh putain, je vais faire ça.
Tu fais un serveur RP Minecraft là?
En attendant GTA 6.
Ça sera un bon entraînement.
Thrilled with their wealth, and they were very optimistic about their future.
Mais Charles, Charles, je viens de penser, mais attends, stop. Charles, mec, tu fais un serveur Minecraft RP avec un lore et tout. Genre, c'est. Mec, t'as fini le jeu.
Mec.
Embauche 10 personnes là qui fassent des castings là. Fais un serveur RP, j'ai envie de buter des champs, moi. Mec, tu peux faire des événements, tu peux faire des. Mec,
Ouais, mais moi j'adore comment c'est fait, mec. Le soleil qui se couche et tout.
la petite abeille et tout, c'est insane les plans.
Ah, c'est bon, ok, ils sont. Alors.
High up you are.
Oh yeah, no, we're not scared.
No?
No pain, no gain.
Island 1 was still pretty far from having fully fledged civilizations, but there were communities starting to form.
Mais t'as vu la
For example,
différence?
This player named Remy the Rats made a
Oh là
small
là, vas-y,
restaurant.
frère.
Ils ont des petites baraques et tout. Et l'île 1, ils ont déjà des banques.
And you could what the frick? Why? Wait, is this a bread line? Oh no!
Ah, il a que la boulangerie là.
There was a small group of people
Ouais, c'est ça.
that had chosen to settle
Ça, c'est pas
in
les mêmes problèmes, hein.
a weird location.
People at the volcano.
What type of people would choose to live on a volcano? Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the mafia.
This was legally.
Welcome to the mafia, il a dit.
20 people to join his
Mec,
Italian
il a l'accent et tout, c'est trop bien fait.
Mafia
Very
italienne.
simple. Make friends and get rich.
Hold on, Ish, can we tell you a little secret? We found some netherite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell anyone though. We're trying to keep it between us.
Avec des urites, hein. Meilleur matériel.
Meantime, on Island
meilleur,
2, there were actual
ressources du jeu.
huge civilizations
Pourquoi?
starting to form.
Ah, c'est plus fort que le diamant.
I don't care about government. I just want to
Ah
make
bon?
a nice place for
Voilà,
my
les urites
people
quand
to
tu fais
live.
des
This
armures et tout.
player named Call Me Cass was the leader of about 50 people
Ah bah oui,
in
je
a
suis con.
nation she named the Cass Coalition. And a coalition it was of very different
Ok,
types
mec,
of
première
people,
civilisation.
including pirates, bankers, Canadian cartels, bakery owners, and their employees.
I want fair working conditions.
How much are you even being paid to work up here?
Paid? People are getting paid?
Now, later in the day, Island 2 would face its first conflict. What the heck?
Hey, you
Qu'est-ce qu'ils
guys
font?
can't be destroying the beach.
Who are you?
A group of about 20 people were extracting sand from the shore right next to the Cass
Ils farment du
Coalition.
sable.
Cass was obviously not
Pourquoi ils
happy
font ça?
about this,
C'est pour
but
faire
these
quoi? Des
people
vitres?
didn't care
Je
because
sais
they
pas.
were from a much bigger nation called the Commonwealth.
Ah, peut-être un temple. Tu sais?
We're actually 5 nations combined into one, so we have strength in numbers.
The Commonwealth was a massive civilization that was formed on day one when
Mec,
5
ça a l'air d'être trop bien d'être sur cette île,
distinct
frérot.
groups were close enough to each other that they just
Y a des
decided to come
gangs et
together
tout,
and
là.
unify under one nation. As a result, the Commonwealth had a government with 5 leaders at the top and over 150 citizens.
Mec, t'imagines? Mec, t'imagines? T'es leader de 150 joueurs,
The
mec.
Commonwealth leaders were very ambitious and wanted to make the Commonwealth the most beautiful, the most respected, the most powerful nation on Island 2, even if it came at the expense of others.
Ok, donc il y en a deux là, t'as
Overall,
vu?
by the end of the
Calme
day,
les casses.
Island 2 was much
Et une base
further
au-dessus.
ahead than Island 1, as expected. But let's see what happens in the following days.
Ça donne pas envie, frérot. Jour 2. Regarde, il y a déjà eu pas mal de morts, hein. Beaucoup plus de morts sur
As
l'île
players
du...
logged
les
in
pauvres,
the
ouais.
next day,
Ouais, chez les pauvres.
nobody was expecting that the beginning of day 2 would end up having one of the most consequential moments of the entire event.
Bon, ça grançait un petit peu, hein.
Remy the
Lui
Rat
avec
was running his
son
restaurant
restaurant.
when he received a visit
Ah, c'est
from a
référence à
player
Ratatouille.
named Spoon.
Ouais.
Knight, I need food. I'm dying.
Yo, Spoon.
Yeah.
I do have food. You're private, but
Oh, I
don't
need food.
worry.
God, I'm too kind. I care about everyone else before myself. It's such a problem.
Now this player, Spoon, was a rising leader on Island 1. He was known for always giving away his own food. But some people started to suspect that Spoon's
Attends, mais ça, c'est une strat, ça.
generosity was
Ça, c'est une strat pour se faire des potes,
to
hein.
gain popularity, to further his political
J'avoue,
ambitions.
tu te fais mettre tout le monde.
That is until
Bah ouais, en plus, c'est ce
Tu
qui
te fais
manque de la
aimer.
bouffe et tout.
Ouais.
What?
Oh my god.
Il se fait attaquer.
Oh, he's a traitor.
Ah c'est bon, ils l'ont tué.
He was trying to assassinate Spoon.
Ils l'ont défendu, ok, ils ont défendu le mec qui faisait la nourriture à tout le monde.
Ouais.
Spoon had survived an assassination attempt, which brought him exactly the attention he needed to cement himself as a legend on Island 1.
Mais non.
People were drawn to him, and on day 2, Spoon used this leverage to establish an empire named Westhelm.
Ok, ça grossit. Ils sont en train de faire quoi là? On dirait qu'ils sont en train de faire un colisée.
These people have made me emperor. This right here is going to be our capital. We're also building a massive colosseum.
Ah ben,
You mean
ben
where
mec.
people fight to the death?
Exactly!
Even though the people of Westhelm were still struggling with food and resources, their motivation to succeed was unbelievably high.
Earlier, somebody tried to take my life. Someone with this face. But now, he's dead!
Ah mec, ça va être
For the
incroyable.
first
T'imagines, tu joues
time,
à
it
ça,
seemed
mec.
like
Oh
the
là
people
là.
of Island 1 had hope.
The Ballad of Emperor Spoon. Nearly killed by some dude.
Il est sorti sa guitare chez lui, mec, pour faire ça.
Je pourrais faire
Il
la même
fonctionne
chose.
avec.
Island
Je crois
1
qu'il fonctionne avec le chat de
was
proximité
finally
pour parler.
starting to
Genre
ouais,
des
je
modes et
pense,
tout,
je
pas mal.
pense, ouais.
Were as motivated as Westhelm.
Il y a un truc derrière le chat, j'ai regardé le making-of de cette
Making
vidéo,
of, ouais.
et en fait les gens peuvent voir les messages seulement s'ils sont à 100 mètres l'un de l'autre, tu vois.
Ah, ok.
Genre en mode, tu peux pas écrire un message dans le chat et que quelqu'un qui est sur l'autre île
Ouais,
le
la voix,
c'est pas
ok,
possible.
ok.
Tu vois, c'est intéressant à savoir vraiment.
Island 1 was finally starting to develop civilizations, but not all of them were as motivated as Westhelm. Right next door, for example, was a cult named Nevermore that literally just boxed themselves in and wanted nothing to do with the rest of the world.
Quoth the Raven. Nevermore.
And honestly, these guys weren't wrong to be pessimistic. See, some of the people who chose Island 1 had secretly been hoping that when they finally make it underground, they would find troves of iron and diamonds. But instead, they only found a giant layer of lava that stemmed from the volcano and covered the entire island. They only
Mec,
found
de
a
la
giant
lave,
layer
mec, c'est-à-dire
of
qu'ils peuvent
lava
pas,
that stemmed
creuser trop
from the
profond.
volcano
Ils doivent faire
and
gaffe,
covered
ouais.
the entire
Bah si tu creuses trop
island.
profond, en fait ils ont pas accès au diamant. Parce que le diamant je crois c'est plus profond.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Layer ended up killing a lot
Oh mec, il y a
Oh
vraiment une
là
différence de
là.
stuff. Hein.
That said, a lot of people weren't necessarily angry
Tu
at the
creuses sous
poor
ses
conditions
pieds.
themselves, but more so about the inequality between
Parce que l'autre île, mec, ils vont être full diamant.
See, even though the two islands had a border separating them, preventing anyone from crossing for now, rumors were spreading about the wealth and the amazing environment of Island 2. Because of this, some people on Island 1 were starting to develop some feelings about the other island.
Island 2 might be the better island, but we're the better people.
Oh,
Pourquoi ils peuvent pas se rejoindre? J'ai pas.
Il y a un mur invisible.
Ah, ok.
Ils peuvent pas encore, c'est fermé.
Including a few creations
Ouais, je regarde la
by our
propagande.
leader, Lingolini. Speaking of Lingolini, there was some
Ils sont
drama
jaloux
on the volcano
de
on
l'île
day
paradisiaque.
I just survived an assassination attempt.
2. What?
Whoa. Mamma mia, help me! I'm getting chased! Lego likes just attacked me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
It was becoming a
Lego
pretty common
like.
occurrence on Island 1 for people to try to rob or murder as a means to get food or resources. But Lingolini was not going to let that slide. Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put the hit out on him. Everybody in the mafia knows that the Lego likes is an enemy of the mafia.
But then, during our interview... Oh wait, who's coming out?
Oh,
over here?
j'adore
There's
mec
some
les
people
plans et
coming
tout
out.
qu'il
Those
a.
are people from Infornis, they're our allies.
Oh, really?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe là?
Lingolini had
Ils sont
decided
attaqués?
to share
Non, non,
his
c'est leurs
volcano
alliés.
territory with a larger
C'est un groupe de
group
4.
called Infernus, whose main goal was to preserve and protect the sacred land of the volcano.
Mec, c'est des baisers de se mettre dans
I
le
spoke
volcan,
with
mec.
the leader, a
T'imagines,
player
il pète.
named Seneca, who described herself.
Je pense pas qu'ils sont allés jusqu'à là quand même, si.
Mec, je sais pas, genre.
We're a nation of the
Les
flame.
leaders de la
We
map et
have
tout.
to treat the volcano with the
T'imagines un
respect it
event?
deserves. And we
possible,
hope we
hein.
can work with Lingolini to do just that.
Seneca and Lingolini agreed to protect each other in case of an invasion.
J'avoue que j'aurais peur du
Use the
volcan, moi.
volcano's
On sait jamais ce qu'ils
ice and
peuvent faire.
flowing lava to their advantage.
If anybody tries to attack us, we'll kick them out like a Koopa shell.
Now, speaking of
fait
invasions,
rigoler
on day
Lingolini.
2, the Cass Coalition was approached by an army of boats.
Oh. Oh non. C'est les mecs du Nord qui veulent attaquer.
under attack.
It looked like for some reason the Commonwealth was coming to attack.
No, we can't fight this. We gotta run. Get everyone out. Get everyone out.
But after a few moments of panic, it turned out to be just a group of immigrants who had gotten lost.
Ouais, bizarre le gros de migrants avec armure de diamant. Hein.
But I didn't do anything. I just followed them.
Brought them all.
I didn't do anything. Okay. The leader of the migrants, a player named 3 Below Zero, profusely apologized for the scare, and then the migrants took off.
Ok.
Putain, mec, 500 joueurs, mec. C'est énorme.
1000
joueurs.
1000.
Non, mais genre sur une île, tu vois. Il y a tellement de gens, tu sais, genre en mode ils sont paumés dans la forêt, tu sais, là au sud de la map.
An archipelago or chain of islands. The northern island was an optimal place to settle with open fields, trees, and wildlife. So naturally it had the biggest civilizations, including the Commonwealth, the Caste Coalition, and a huge kingdom named Tricolor, ruled by a monarch named Jofiel.
The red stands for the underground, the green for plains, and the blue for the coast.
Ils ont fait un drapeau, mec, déjà.
Had pink cherry blossom trees and was the home of a small nation called Barbieland. What? Oh god.
Je sais pas pourquoi ils vont pas survivre très longtemps. Je le sens.
Big, but also extremely dense, flooded with jungles and swamps. As a result, nobody really wanted to stay there. Although I did find one person. Saps, what is this?
Can't you tell? This is my vacation home.
How's this a vacation home? I don't see any lawn chairs.
Il y a des joueurs, ils jouent solo et tout.
No roof.
Tu vois, lui, il
y
avait personne.
Saps was one of the few players who chose not to join any civilizations because he didn't want to get dragged into politics and drama. Still, he made lots of friends across Island 2, his best friend Flux actually being the second in command of the migrant group.
Ça va, il est ami avec le second du commandant.
Reached their destination all the way up north.
Ouais.
Now, other than accidentally invading the Caste Coalition, these guys seemed pretty.
C'est que ça me fait penser à Koh-Lanta.
Genre
en mode
ouais, y a un peu
se faire des potes, mais pas trop potes. Tu vois. Te faire remarquer, mais pas trop, sinon on t'élimine.
Ouais, tu parles de la trahison et tout. Ouais.
We are blessed to live where we live, and we intend to use it for good. We are enlightened. We are the light. We are Luminara.
The migrants had decided to call their civilization.
Mec, ils ont bien choisi leur joueur. Hein.
They saw themselves as the light of Island 2, the innovators, the inventors.
Ils jouent trop bien, genre.
The reason 3 Below Zero had chosen this specific location to settle, well, it wasn't by accident. After the first day, 3 Below Zero had used content and propaganda released by the people of Island 1 to estimate the location of the other island. He then used a coordinate system to calculate the northernmost point of Island 2. His goal was to settle as closely as possible to the other island so that when the day comes, when the borders drop, Luminara can build a massive bridge connecting the two islands, giving free passage a sign of good faith to perhaps bring about world peace.
Ok, parce qu'il peut avoir deux fins, Théo. Soit il y a la paix partout, ou soit il y a la guerre. Et il y a un gagnant et un perdant. Tu pars sur quelle théorie?
Moi, à mon avis, ça va être la guerre. Parce que inégalité, clan politique, ça mène à la guerre.
Tu penses que l'île pauvre, elle va attaquer l'île riche?
Oui, c'est sûr. Il va y avoir des attaques d'attentats, vice versa, ça va aller se manger, ça 100%. Au début, peut-être pas. Mais au bout d'un moment, ça va péter.
Ah mais regarde, lui, Fluxion, il est pas d'accord. Fluxion, il veut pas... Ah mais il est d'accord avec toi? Ouais, Fluxion, il
moi,
pense
je
que
construirais pas de pont, je pourrais y aller, mais en bateau, tu vois. Mais je ferais pas un pont.
Ouais, j'avoue. En fait, le pont, pour moi, c'est... symbolique, je pense.
Le problème, c'est que chez les riches, il y a trop de différents clans. Faudrait qu'il y ait un seul chef et pour tout le monde.
Ouais, alors que
t'augmentes les chances qu'il y ait
du
la paix,
côté
tu vois.
pauvre, il y a moins de chefs parce que c'est galère, tu vois. Donc ils se regroupent plus.
As day 2 came to an end, tensions were rising, both within nations and between islands, leaving people worried about what's going to happen next.
Jour 3, on va voir 428, 400... Mec, il y a eu que 7 morts.
Mec, chez
Dans
les
l'île,
pauvres, ils sont plus que 428. Hein.
Jour 3. Ah ouais.
Al-Karasina, my friend. We're the baddest pirates around.
Now, if you look closely, there was a person of interest hanging around with the pirates.
Lego likes.
Take me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put a hit out on him.
So to be clear, Lego Likes had a bounty on his head, and he was hanging around pirates. You can probably guess how this ends.
Yo,
Mais non.
So is this is everything you guys got, huh? Not much.
Ooh. They're boiling him! Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Il est foutu.
The Al-Karasina pirates had killed Lego Likes, but there was a small problem. Did you hear about the news?
Yeah, I saw it, but we don't know who claimed the bounty. It didn't say it in the chat.
Because Lego Likes had technically died to boiling water instead of a player, legally didn't know who actually killed him. But fortunately for the pirates, when a player dies, the dead player drops their own head, which the pirates believed would be the proof they needed to collect their bounty later today. So you're expecting a payment later?
Yes.
We expect.
All right.
We expect.
All right. I'll go.
You guys let me talk.
By day 3, players had basically mapped out all of Island 1 and were finally starting to adapt to the environment.
Day 1 was horrific. We literally had bread lines. Day 2, we're building a coliseum, a citadel. I am literally immortal. Hopefully that isn't foreshadowing.
Emperor's Food was still the most powerful man on Island 1, and on day 3,
tu vois la taille des têtes sur la map. Plus la tête est grosse,
plus ils sont nombreux.
Ils sont nombreux, ça.
Okay. Blue Cross.
We invited you here mainly to discuss plans in case the volcano erupts. What are your individual plans?
A large bunker underground.
Just not using flammable materials.
We don't have any real plan, you know.
What? You don't have plans? If that volcano erupts, you deserve to die.
Wow.
Ah, t'as vu? Alors déjà c'est incroyable mec, ils ont une table ronde et tout, ils discutent et tout entre les leaders.
He hates meetings.
Ah, I'm gonna go there.
When Emperor's Food left, the other leaders were unsettled. Was this guy really the figurehead of Island 1?
Okay, we need a better representative.
Then, basically right on cue.
Elysium diplomats, follow me. Bodyguards.
Sorry guys, sorry, I'm late.
This is Benji, and he's the leader of Island 1's second biggest civilization,
Benji
called
Button, okay.
Elysium.
Elysium.
See, on day 2, Benji had discovered that toward the outer edges of the island, away from the volcano, the water isn't boiling hot anymore. So he founded Elysium, which literally translates to a place of ideal happiness. And he made the nation to give peace-loving people a chance to relax and get away from all the troubles of Island 1.
La musique est vénère, je pense. Wow, putain, ils ont de la bouffe, hein. En fait, la seule bouffe qu'ils peuvent avoir, t'as vu, ils ont pas d'animaux, mec.
Ouais, il y a que des champs.
Y'a pas de vaches.
T'es obligé d'avoir de l'agriculture et tout.
Ouais, ça. Ils ont du poisson par contre.
Ouais, parce qu'ils ont pas une eau bouillante.
Ah, ok, donc il lui a filé quand même une vache pour avoir des champignons.
Now, back at the Blue Cross, Benji and the other leaders discussed the possibility of creating a full Island 1 alliance. All the leaders at the meeting, including Westholme's representatives, believed that given the harsh conditions of Island 1, an island-wide alliance could be a game changer. But first,
ouais, donc ils sont
before
beaucoup
we make
plus
this
ensemble,
official, we have to convince everyone else to join.
See, there were a few civilizations not present at the meeting, and to complete the full Island 1 alliance, the Blue Cross would have to go out and get them all on board. First was the Al-Karasina pirates, who coincidentally happened to pass by the meeting as it was happening.
Hey guys.
Hello.
They were on their way to collect their bounty from the second nation not yet in the alliance, the Lingolini Mafia. Oh yes, they're waiting.
Hello, I'm looking for Mario.
Hello, it's me.
Lego là, regarde le mec, il est mort, il peut plus rejoindre le serveur, il a sa tête.
Meanwhile, the Nevermore cults would probably be a little bit more difficult to convince, but the Blue Cross said they'd try anyway. Now, as for the fourth and final nation, well, it was a bit of a mysterious group. Their civilization was down south, and they were very isolated and secretive. They were also rumored to have an extremely strict government, but also
mais les jours, ils durent combien de temps? Parce qu'au deuxième jour, ils ont déjà construit tout ça. Attends, mais c'est des pros.
As a result, people were kind of scared to
Ouais, bah ils ont été choisis, il y a un casting.
Eventually, to complete
prennent que des mecs qui savent build.
They knew that if this alliance works out, it wouldn't matter that they all lived on the poor island. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the most powerful force in the world would become Island 1.
Ah, bah ouais, là pour l'instant, c'est les... Enfin, ils sont pauvres, mais ils sont alliés ensemble.
Tout est trop beau, tout est trop beau là. C'est un moment, ça va péter.
Mais quand ce qui... Ouais. Mais ils ont une très belle base, hein.
Il y a la TNT partout, il y a un attentat. Premier attentat, voilà. Ça y est, il est en train d'exploser les chèvres.
Mec, ils sont trop riches. Ils sont trop riches, regarde, ils ont des moutons, ils ont tout, regarde.
They had just exploded their own land because of a miscommunication. What happened was one of the 5 leaders, Coraline, got the idea that the Commonwealth was planning to move east. So she started telling everyone to move. Thus, believing that they wouldn't need their old land anymore, one of the citizens just decided to blow it up.
Ah, okay.
I thought we were moving. What? We're not moving. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Overall, the Commonwealth was having
ils sont trop, mec, ils sont 5 leaders. C'est trop.
Constantly fighting over power.
Bah non, 5 c'est bien. C'est un nombre impair, tu peux avoir une majorité à chaque vote.
Non mais c'est 5 leaders pour genre une ville, enfin tu vois, genre c'est...
Should the smallest factions vote have the same weights as the biggest factions vote?
It is ridiculous that Armin's vote is worth the same as mine. I mean, I need about 50 people.
Ah ouais, ok.
Ils sont rejoints à un moment donné et chacun a voulu, tu vois.
Citizens started moving to other nations like the Caste Coalition. Cass's style of governing, letting people do whatever they want, was making her very popular with her people.
I've been with Cass since pretty much the beginning, and she's established a democracy, a true one.
Really focused on like letting everybody do their thing.
But at the same time, the lack of any regulations had some unintended consequences, like players making strange and ugly buildings. So to solve this, Cass hired a building inspector.
I have placed a lot of foundation for a glorious city, basically made out of stone. That way no one can burn us down.
However, the building inspector did get a little power hungry. On here.
He said he's gonna demolish my house because it's not up to building code.
Because it's not up to code.
So then,
j'avoue, sa maison elle est moche. Oh. Quoi? Ils ont buté l'inspecteur des maisons.
Ils l'ont mis à piège.
Tricolor was a medieval civilization separated into 3 regions, one of them being an underground city. Okay, oh my gosh. This is big.
Yeah.
People didn't really know that much about Jofiel and Tricolor because they tended to be more private. Jofiel was more interested in building up Tricolor rather than doing outside diplomacy. But people would still come to Jofiel with all the political news of Island 2.
I am so tired of the politics already.
Yeah. I've got some news. People are concerned with Aperion trying to colonize them.
Oh my god.
Oh mec, il doit tellement y avoir du bouche à bouche et de la dérive d'informations, mec. Oh là.
Happened to be false. Aperion was just a small town led by a player named Alkaline, and it was actually the only nation other than Luminara that directly bordered the ocean next to Island 1.
Tu sais, en vrai, ce mec-là, tu peux être aussi attaqué en premier si l'île 1 attaque.
Ouais,
enfin, ils ont pas les ressources pour attaquer les autres.
The only leader who declined was 3 Below Zero because he was busy building the Luminara Bridge. So he sent in his place his second in command, Flux. Flux, what's your plan here?
I don't care what 3 Below Zero says, we need to make sure everyone unites against Island 1.
Good luck, sir. And because this meeting was the most important event yet on Island 2, Jofiel invited a neutral mediator, someone who could lead the meeting in a fair manner and wasn't a part of any nation. Saps, where are you going?
Apparently they're making me lead the meeting with all the Island 2 leaders.
You sound very excited about it.
Oh no, I'm not excited.
Ça c'est smart en vrai, tu vois. Ouais, genre ils mettent un gars externe.
Le mec est neutre parce qu'il est pas dans ça. C'est un médiateur, ouais.
I think everyone's here.
Welcome.
Il y a une certaine démocratie un peu, je trouve.
Great and mighty Commonwealth are looking forward to a productive conversation.
Thanks, it's great.
So, as the president of Aperion, I'm actually really worried about our town, which is why I'm proposing we all join a defense pact. If one of us gets attacked, all of us are under attack.
Here.
I can agree. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
That's a good start, but if Island 1 attacks, say, Luminara, well, by the time you can even arrive to defend us, everyone at Luminara will already be dead.
J'aime beaucoup le skin de Luxion, c'est stylé. Le Géophile il fait trop roi et tout, genre j'aime bien aussi. Il a mis son casque en or exprès, c'est pour la couronne.
Island 1 is starving. They're not going to attack us. They have bigger problems. And imagine for a second how quickly we could change their hearts and minds if, instead of treating them as an enemy, we send them aid.
Je pense que
I
c'est
think Joe
idée.
feels right.
Leur envoyer de l'aide, oui, au début pour gagner un peu de confiance, mais pas les rencontrer
Basically,
direct.
we're ready for an attack, but we try our best to prevent it. I'm on board with that.
I can agree to that.
The Commonwealth agrees.
Guys, no, this is ridiculous.
Parce qu'ils sont trop dépendants de la pauvreté en face. Si tu leur envoies d'abord à manger et tout, t'as moins de chances qu'ils viennent t'attaquer, tu vois.
And they're gonna invade us no matter what. And you wanna send aid to them? Guess what? They're gonna take whatever you send them. Food, armor, weapons, and they're gonna use all of that against us.
He might have a point. Hold on. Island 1 isn't evil. They're not savages. They just need help.
You cannot be this naive.
Well, there's a guy under the table. There's a guy under the table.
Everyone is super on edge. They're worried about traps.
Guys, Island 1 is united. They have hundreds of people all aligned in the same goal, to kill us and take our resources. If they decide to attack any single one of our nations, it'll be easy.
Il parle bien
All
Flexion,
they'll
je
need to
trouve.
do is walk ahead, which is why we need to either merge all of our nations. Right now, we all choose a spot and combine into one civilization. Either that, or we attack Island 1 first.
Whoa.
Are you
crazy?
Watch, this is
You plan to
ridiculous.
kill What's crazy, Joe Feel, is you leading all of us to our death.
Oh my
That's
You
too
have to
much. We
listen to
can't
me.
do that.
If we don't do this, it's the end of Island 2.
Flex,
Hold on, we can't do that. That's crazy.
What is happening?
J'avoue quand même là, les mecs, ils proposent la guerre ou la guerre. Tu vois, je pense qu'il y a...
Non, c'est
Ouais,
pas
mec.
exactement ça, mais
Enfin, ils veulent soit s'unifier pour la guerre après,
non,
ou
soit
la
s'unifier
guerre
pour
maintenant.
se défendre. Et là, il a dit si vous voulez pas, on ira les attaquer. Voilà. Pour
Ah, mec,
éviter
ils
qu'ils
vont
viennent
pas-
de
ils
nous
vont pas-
attaquer, mais
Mec, ils sont trop dans un petit monde, là, ils veulent faire leur maison, leur ville et tout, jamais ils vont accepter.
bah y en a qui veulent pas.
Ah ben là, personne est d'accord. 416 mec, ils sont bientôt quasiment perdu 100 joueurs. mais-
Meanwhile, at West Helm, I ran into something interesting.
Our next song is called Island 1.
What?
So you
Un
remember this
concert.
Well, he had joined a band that produced actual songs and then performed them all across Island 1.
Mais comment il a une guitare, le gars? Regarde.
Et une batterie et tout, je sais pas, frère.
Tu peux crafter ça? Je crois pas. Peut-être un mode. Attends, c'est vénère pour la musique, mec. Mais t'imagines le mec. Est-ce que pour l'instant t'aimes bien la vidéo, Théo?
Ouais, de fou, j'adore, je suis dedans. Hein.
Including Emperor Spoon,
dedans, là,
who felt that the
Ouais.
music bolstered the morale of his citizens. He believed that a happy citizen is
Mec, chaque joueur, mec, c'est des vrais joueurs, frérot. Mec, c'est trop bien, je te jure. Et si vous kiffez, les gars, pensez au petit pouce bleu, abonnez-vous à la chaîne.
Even though Emperor Spoon was a
on est
chaotic
parti pour la
figure,
suite.
West Helm itself was the opposite. It had an army, a storage system, and a hierarchy, from emperor all the way down to citizen or plebeian. And of course, there was the Colosseum,
Ça fait
which
penser à
when
Jules
finished,
César.
will play a major
Rome.
role in West Helm's justice system. That said, Emperor Spood was not happy when he heard that yesterday, Benji and the other leaders had been talking poorly about him.
Okay, we need a better representative.
Our final goal is to put Benji Button in here. No, that is a joke. That is a joke.
You don't want Benji to die, do you?
Well, I mean,
Benji and the other leaders were concerned
T'as vu?
that Emperor Spoon
Juste parce qu'ils ont dit à un moment donné, ouais, il est parti, on a besoin d'un meilleur représentant.
Island. And their concerns only grew when Spood was caught listening to Napoleon on Spotify. They also knew that if Island 2 were to ever attack, they needed Spood on
Le
their
mec,
side,
c'est
so
le...
they didn't know what to do.
C'est l'empereur, il est là, il est en train de jouer à Minecraft, il écoute Napoléon.
I just want to say thank you, Spoon, for all your support. You're welcome.
Mec, c'est un malade mental.
C'est des gros mongols.
Meanwhile, Seneca, the queen of Infernus, had decided to begin building a massive castle for her people.
Wow.
A beautiful home base that would hover directly over the volcano.
Punaise, c'est énorme, mec.
C'est pas mal.
Mec, mais à côté, les Gwini, il est où les Gwini? Il ramasse une lézerite.
Everyone believed that the volcano was dangerous except for Seneca, who had decided to take the opposite approach.
It's all just paranoia. If we really value the volcano, we need to have faith it won't erupt.
Mais qu'est-ce qui va se passer? Le vol, sa maison, le volcan.
Ils sont en train de se poser la question si ça a explosé quand même.
Ça fait un bouchon pour le volcan, imagine, ils font tomber le truc. Les chaînes elles cassent.
Charles, t'es con, on est sur Minecraft, ça peut pas tomber, y a pas de gravité.
Oui, je sais.
Under the ground, like a Goomba.
Non mais regarde Linguini, frérot.
Linguini's main goal was to get rich, and having direct access to iron and gold was one reason for him and the Mafia to live there. But it wasn't the main reason.
Oh, mais ça sert à quoi d'être riche chez les pauvres? T'achètes quoi à qui?
We found some nether.
Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Scattered throughout the volcano were pieces of netherite.
Mais attends, mais est-ce que l'île des riches, ils ont de la netherite, mec? Est-ce qu'ils ont?
Voilà.
Ils en ont pas le trill, frère.
Ouais. Mais du coup, ce qu'ils peuvent faire, eux, par contre, c'est vraiment attaquer l'autre île.
Mais attends, mec,
parce qu'ils seront mieux équipés.
Y'a que Linguini qu'on a.
Mais tu sais que là, je suis Linguini, je tente un braquage de malade. Je vais faire du commerce avec l'autre île riche pour avoir de la nourriture, tout ce que j'ai pas. Et je prépare la guerre.
Mais contre qui?
Bah, contre une des civilisations d'en face pour les piller.
Mais mec, il a la netherite, il est déjà on top en fait.
Bah justement.
Linguini didn't like how Infernus was basically forcing the Mafia to mine for them with nothing in return. So he secretly instructed everyone in the Mafia not to give Infernus anything.
Mais attends, mais Linguini c'était le premier à arriver sur le volcan. C'est bizarre que maintenant il doit donner des ressources à Infernus qui fait le château. Tu vois, je comprends qu'il est énervé.
Otherwise, he would be in a lot of trouble. That said, despite this conflict, the rest of the Island 1 unification effort was going very well. Earlier today, Linguini had decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for having me.
The Alcaracina pirates were also eager to join, and surprisingly, so was Nevermore.
Il manque une nation qu'on n'a pas vue.
Ouais. Non mais eux c'est une secte.
What
mec.
the fuck?
This mysterious civilization was called the Covenant, and it was ruled by a dictator named Turntap.
Ben voilà, un dictateur.
Elected exactly by vote of the people or the vote of yourself?
Elected.
Turntap wasn't sure about joining the Island 1 alliance because the people of the Covenant were generally skeptical of outsiders. They only took pride in their own nation, especially in their army, which was composed of really good PvPers who weren't above using torture to get their way. Are they drowning this guy? He's gonna die. Now, I felt a little bad for this player, so I threatened the Covenants. Covenant uses water torture. I'm reporting this to Sidefall News.
Mec, il met de l'eau qui crame sur le corps du gars.
I just caught the Covenant waterboarding one of their own people.
Oh. Well, I'm paid off by them, so I don't really care.
What?
Dude, it's free money.
You know what?
It's called a business for a reason. It's not for profit, okay?
Sidefall ran a news business with questionable ethics. He was also known
Mec, il y a un journal quotidien et tout, c'est vénère.
things like the lava is rising just to sell more papers.
Ils font ça avec ChatGPT.
Ah ouais, ils font des fake news et tout.
Ouais, je te jure.
That could devastate the entire island. Island 1 had a lot of known.
Putain, c'est bien de faire une fake news en mode la lave monte, comme ça les gens se barrent et rejoignent d'autres civilisations.
Ouais, ils l'avaient sur Discord, tu sais. Ils l'avaient sur Discord, ils envoient de la propagande et tout.
Until now.
Waouh. Oh mec. C'est le boss du jeu ça. Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont découvert? What?
Meanwhile, the people of Island 2 had spent the day building their civilizations and having a good time. Yesterday, their leaders had voted that whenever the border drops, Island 2 would send aid to Island 1, hoping this gesture would lead to peace.
Ok, bon, en vrai c'est cool, mais en vrai de vrai, moi je suis sur le serveur là. Je me ferais chier de ouf si je sais que quand les frontières elles s'ouvrent, on va juste leur envoyer des ressources, tu vois. Moi je veux un peu du piquant, tu vois.
Mais mec, t'as aucune info et t'as pas envie de mourir.
Ouais, je me souviens. En fait, vu que tu meurs, quand tu meurs, c'est
une fois, t'as plus de respawn, donc
ouais, t'as pas envie qu'il y ait de guerre en fait.
Bah non.
Logique.
Ou de la repousser en tout cas jusqu'à être prêt, tu vois.
Il a été viré, Fluxion. Il a été viré.
Bah oui, c'était sûr.
I spoke with Legacy, a citizen of Luminara.
Yeah, Flux has been gone all day. People here don't really like him anymore.
Flux and his crew had spent the day building a secret bunker under the ocean, a place for them to hide if Island 1 attacks. And then Flux spent the rest of the day helping his best friend, Saps, finish building his home.
Despite all the chaos, Saps still reached out to me after I was demoted.
Mr. Mediator, what a good friend.
Flux over here can be a little unpredictable, but he's my friend, and I know he genuinely wants the best for us.
Even though Flux was much more ambitious than Saps, these two had become very good friends.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Unloaded.
But just as day 4 was about to come to a peaceful end, something happened that would change the course of Island 2 forever.
Oh, la transition GTA.
Transition GTA, ouais, j'allais le dire.
Ah ouais,
ça j'adore.
First.
Jofiel, the leader of one of Island 2's largest civilizations, was walking across Tricolor with her second in command, Seraphim.
What? Il est en train de tuer le roi?
Seraphim! What are you doing?
What? What?
What?
Regarde le chat.
No way. The second in command of Tricolor had just killed their own leader. And immediately, all of Island 2 went on lockdown.
What? Wait, what?
What? Everyone was confused about what caused this to happen. Jofiel.
Il a été payé par qui?
After Seraphim fled, Tricolor was in complete disarray.
That's our leader.
Back at Saps' place, Flux told Saps it might be a good idea for him to call an emergency meeting with all the leaders. So, for the sake of the island, Saps agreed to host a meeting tomorrow. But for now, he and many others headed to Tricolor to help them restore.
Oh mec, ça va partir en coucougnette, hein. Pourquoi? C'est qui? C'est Flux, tu penses? Qui est en train de faire la Discord?
Je sais. Non, je pense pas. Hein.
Regarde, Séraphim.
Ouais. Quoi?
Mec, il va où Séraphim? Il va sous l'eau. Sous l'eau, c'est la base de qui?
Ah, c'est la base de Flux, t'as raison.
Mec, c'est Flux.
Qui l'a envoyé lui aller le buter. Bah
Now,
ouais.
Island 2 wasn't the only place that would face tragedy. Oh, what? The leader of the Al-Karasina pirates, Noble Bucket, died very suddenly. Alright, they sent me the footage of what happened. Oh no. He doesn't know the lava layers there.
Oh non.
Oh là là.
I think I'm dead.
Ça c'est horrible.
Oh my god.
Oh la vache.
Mec, t'imagines, mec, tu joues avec ton pote pendant genre plusieurs jours et il meurt.
Et c'est terminé, genre tu peux plus jouer avec.
Mec, oh non, c'est horrible. C'est-à-dire après tu dois te faire d'autres potes et tout. Oh là là.
And later into day 5, the news would get even crazier. For purposes of unity, the Covenant had finally decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance, thus successfully uniting the entirety of Island 1.
Mec, ils vont les défoncer là.
The strength of this alliance would be tested.
Mais par contre, il y a un problème au volcan, mec. Il y a que Linguini qui sait qu'il a netherite. Et il le cache parce qu'il crée même pas d'armure. Je sais pas si t'as fait gaffe.
Ouais, mais il a
Il est
raison.
pas en armure netherite.
Il a raison.
And this news spread all across the island.
Ouais, mais le problème c'est...
Disaster for Infernus and the Linguini Mafia, who
Mec,
had
c'est
been trying
fini.
to keep the existence of netherites to themselves.
Les gens vont voir le
After
seum.
hearing about the netherite, the Covenant sent a mining expedition into the volcano without telling Infernus.
Ah bah c'est le dictateur, frérot, ils s'en foutent. Hein.
And lo and behold, they confirmed there was netherite.
Ça sent mauvais, hein.
Because the Covenant had a scary reputation and a ruthless army, Queen Seneca of Infernus felt it was in her best interest to allow the Covenant to mine. But when other nations like Westhelm started asking if they too could mine in the volcano, Seneca said no.
People are saying we're being selfish. They're the ones being selfish, trying to take our resources.
Listen, Island 2 is rich. We are not. Now with netherite, we actually have a chance of evening the playing field. But the volcano people are hogging it.
Before any fighting could break out, the Blue Cross quickly reached out to all the leaders and told them to put this issue on hold.
Ouais, c'est bizarre en vrai qu'ils partagent pas.
Everyone here tomorrow, so we can all talk this through peacefully.
Parce qu'ils ont signé la coalition. Ici la coalition et puis à la fin...
Non, la coalition c'est que pour se défendre.
Ouais, mais du coup, faut partager la netherite, non?
Meanwhile, Island 2 was still processing the death of Jofiel.
Even though I was just a farmer, you know, you still made me feel important.
Saps would invite all the leaders for a meeting later so they could coordinate a hunt for Seraphim and discuss their plans for when the border inevitably drops.
Mec,
Now, after Jofiel's death,
incroyable leur
Tricolor
base.
had lost a lot of its power.
Je l'ai kiffé sa base à Jofiel et tout là, on de la colline, rien de ça.
Really one dominant nation, the Commonwealth. But remember from day 3 how the 5 Commonwealth leaders were in constant fights with each other?
It is ridiculous that Ahmed's vote is worth the same as mine.
Well, this all came to a head on day 5 when one of the leaders was caught plotting to take control of the entire Commonwealth. So, another Commonwealth leader then paid an assassin to, well... Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wolfram's dead.
What? We just witnessed murder!
After this, people from the Commonwealth lost even more faith in their governments.
Mais j'ai marqué un truc, du moment où il y a un leader qui est mort, le peuple c'est le bordel.
Information that there might be netherite on the other island. My leadership said, quote, netherite is useless.
Netherite is, of course, not useless. I think that's a foolish statement.
As the Commonwealth erupted, the cast
Ils sont au courant qu'ils sont les netherite les autres.
But they did have their own problems.
Mais ils sont de la netherite eux aussi du coup?
Non, ils en ont pas eux. Ils en ont pas. Tu sais, ça peut être un point possible pour Fluxion. De dire genre...
Ah oui.
De il faut qu'on les attaque, tu vois. Il faut qu'on les attaque pour... parce qu'ils vont être plus forts.
His employers forced him to risk his life and chop down one of the tallest trees in the cast coalition. He's asking for help.
You have to yell louder. I can't hear you. You're so far up. You have to get closer to the ground.
What? Ils l'ont utilisé pour couper du bois.
Recent tragedy, Cass decided to stay home from Saps' meeting. That said, every other major leader was now on their way.
Y'a pas un point d'écœur là? J'ai envie de voir tous les morts.
Prochain jour. Là, ils vont parler de la mort du roi là.
Ouais, bah oui. Banned from attending the meeting. Before the meeting started,
Fluxion, il a été banni, mec. Il peut même pas aller au
bunker because he had something quotes important to tell me. Flux, what are you gonna do?
Well, first, let me just explain. I'm not allowed to attend this meeting because the leaders of this island are utterly incompetent. They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. And their response is, let's give Island 1 more gear. It's completely brainless, and it's going to result in all of our people dying.
You got a plan?
I had a plan, but nobody listened. They all voted against it. Look, we can still save this island, but the current leadership has to go.
What do you mean has to go?
Oh,
Has
mec.
to go. Removed. And
Il va se passer quoi, Théo?
It's gonna happen today.
Il joue trop bien Fluxion.
Explosion.
Je pense qu'il a mis la TNT.
Je sais pas.
Mec, il y a tous les leaders autour de la table là.
Thank you all for coming. We have a lot of very important stuff to talk about.
You know, during the first meeting, there was one
Il y avait des gens en dessous, non?
understood what I was saying. Seraphim reached out to me, asked me if they could help in any way. I told Seraphim to kill Jofield. And today, we will finish the job!
Mec, c'est Raffin, c'est que tout le monde veut le buter du coup, hein, vu qu'il a buté Jofield. Non.
Seraphim gets there. What actually happens next?
Something I didn't want to do, but something that needs to be done.
La musique est incroyable.
Ouais.
On dirait la musique interstellaire un peu.
Game of Thrones, je trouve ça fait.
I would like to bring you to the table. If you agree with
House of Dragon.
and Seraphim, please say aye.
Ah, ils veulent parler de Seraphim du coup.
I don't know, but we have no other choice.
Mec, c'est une vidéo YouTube sur Minecraft, mec, j'ai des frissons, frérot.
Is there a possibility, any possibility,
J'ai tellement envie de jouer à
that the
Minecraft.
assassination of Wolfram and the assassination of Jofield by Seraphim is any way connected? Is there a conspiracy going on right now? Do we think that's a thing? Are leaders safe?
I have reason to believe that leaders are.
Tu sais, quand tu te mets en sneak, on peut pas voir ton blaze.
Ouais.
Do you feel any guilt doing all this?
Well, part of me feels bad for Saps.
I also don't think the leaders are safe.
What do you mean you feel bad for Saps?
He has no idea what's about to happen to him. But if you had to betray one person to save 1,000, would you?
Non.
What just happened? What happened?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh my god! Why is there a trap? Is this all set up? Where's Saps? Where did he go? Did Saps do this? Wait, Saps? We have to find him.
Mec, Fluxion, il a aidé Saps à faire la base. Mon Dieu. Mec, il y avait tous les leaders là.
Mais pas tout le monde est mort. Ils ont pas tué le grand chef, je crois.
382, 453. Oh punaise, quoi.
It was a new day, and Island 2 was in shock. On day 4, when Saps was in Tricolor helping the people after the death of Jofield, Flux and his crew had built a trap in his roof. And Saps did not know they had done this. He had been framed by his friend Flux, used as a scapegoat for Flux's plan.
Mais Flux, mais attends, mais c'est le méchant originel, frérot.
Wasn't fully successful. Some of the dripstone, including the one meant for 3 Below Zero,
C'est ce que je disais, ils ont pas tué Below là.
Still killed the leader of Aperion, Alkaline Alk, a leader of the Commonwealth, Coraline, and 4 other very high-ranking officials from across the island. The people of Island 2 were devastated, confused, and angry.
Our leader's dead.
What just happened? After the trap went off, Seraphim was immediately caught and killed. Oh!
Ok, Seraphim est mort.
But when more people found out about how exactly their leaders
Mais par
died,
contre, mec.
their anger wasn't really towards Seraphim, but towards the person they believed was behind it all, Saps. And it made made sense. Saps knew he'd be hosting leaders at his home. It was his roof that had a secret trap. A trap that happened to fit perfectly into the design of the roof. Saps was about as guilty as it was possible to be. With that, all the major Island 2 nations, from the Commonwealth to the Cast Coalition to Tricolor to Luminara, declared Saps to be hunted down and killed. While
de base, c'était le mec qui voulait jouer tout seul et qui voulait pas faire quoi que ce soit avec la politique.
If you had to betray one person to save thousands, would you?
And on top of all of this, at the beginning of day 6, it was announced that tomorrow, on day 7,
la barrière.
Between the two islands will
mec, c'est la merde.
Oh, le timing de merde.
Mec, ils ont perdu. Mec, la moitié des leaders sont morts. Et la barrière va s'ouvrir.
Now have one day to prepare.
Oh, tu sais que ça a été tourné en 2023?
Ah
ouais? Ouais, t'as pas vu tout à l'heure quand ils avaient mis les tombes des leaders? C'était écrit 2023 genre.
Mais non.
Si.
Mec, il a mis 2 ans à monter la vidéo. Qu'est-ce qu'il t'en rend compte?
Ah
ouais?
Quoi?
Bah regarde, il vient de le dire, en 2023, Oppenheimer a dépassé Barbie. Et donc lui, il veut faire une fusée pour détruire la ville de Barbie, frérot. Ah mince. Mince, c'est un fail.
Now, day 6 did present some new challenges for some of the civilizations. For example, at Nevermore, what is this? What are you doing up here?
I got voted out because they hate me.
No!
Il veut se suicider?
No! Stop! What about me?
Oh! Oh! What? I didn't do anything!
I blame Ish!
Meanwhile, at Elysium...
I hate being a leader. Everyone here is so stubborn.
Benji was having trouble getting laws passed because his people kept opposing any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle. The people of Elysium were generally skeptical of government officials, sometimes even holding trials against them. Although this particular trial did not go to plan.
Guys, somebody stole Gerald. The mushroom cow, Gerald, has been stolen.
Il lui a donné un nom à la vache.
There they all go.
Mec.
C'est vraiment un peuple de mongols, hein.
Meanwhile, at West Helm, there was a bit of a
mec, c'est la seule vache, c'est le seul animal de l'île.
See, Remy the Rat had opened up a new restaurant right across from the Coliseum, but the food was questionable.
Poison fatal.
So his customers had instead started buying their food from another player named Dinosaur. That is, until...
Oh my god,
Dino.
Wesh.
Non. Le rat, il a buté.
What is he? Permanently closed. All food is now at...
Mais non.
Remy, are you behind the murder of Dinosaur?
Mec, on va le buter, il va mourir, il va mourir. Il a mis une pancarte pour dire que revenez chez moi parce qu'il est mort, mais du coup c'est lui.
Do I actually have to say legally?
No?
Maybe a little bit of blood will be shed, and that's all I can say.
While Spoon was a popular leader who got
hey, il est toujours en vie, hein, Spoon, hein. Personne n'a voulu le buter ou quoi, hein. Alors qu'il est huge, hein.
He said outlandish things, he can't stand meetings, and his justice system wasn't by courthouse, but by combat. This is something Spood's first attempted assassin, Ramsayer, tried to prevent. It's why he tried to kill Spood, and he wouldn't be the only one.
Ooh.
There has been a small but coordinated secret revolution growing in West Helm, with aims to overthrow and murder Spood.
What the fuck?
The two leading figures are West Helm citizen Ramsay Pi and West Helm's head builder, Knight Arcturus.
You know, I helped design his Colosseum.
not knowing Spood actually wanted to use it for bloodshed. He's insane.
The first part of their plan was to take out Spood's second in command, a player named Oo.
Yeah, that's right. I guess
Second in command down. But Ramsay Pie was immediately chased down by Westhelm's army.
You could have made something happen, man.
Oh. Oh. With Ramsay Pie dead, Knight Arcturus became the sole leader of the revolution.
Dès que la révolution elle est réquiquite, il y a 2 personnes devant lui.
Before Spood finds out about his plans.
I want to make one thing clear. Anybody who is caught plotting against me will be executed in the name of Westhelm. Glory to Westhelm. Glory to Westhelm. Glory to Westhelm.
Il est foutu le frérot. Il est tout seul là.
Now, before the border crossed, the Island One leaders all met to discuss what to do about the.
Non mais est-ce qu'il est pas au courant que c'est Fluxion derrière tout ça?
Ah oui, il est pas au courant que c'est Fluxion. C'est vrai que tout le monde pense que du coup c'est Saps l'ennemi. Fluxion mec,
le gars il est de base un médiateur, il en a rien à foutre et tout le monde le pourchasse.
The meeting began with Westhelm's representative and Spood's newly appointed second in command, Spider.
We asked if you had netherite, and you lied. You said there was no netherite, that you had looked in it, and that you hadn't found any.
Because people were immediately starting to gang up on Infernus, Benji from Elysium tried to keep the peace.
Why is it Infernus' job to report on the netherite? There were people literally going into their territory, mine without authorization, and then accuse them of doing something wrong.
After some more discussion, Infernus was asked the big question.
Les pirates.
Will you open up rights to mining underneath the volcano?
Mec, si elle dit non, elle va se mettre tout le monde à dos.
It is still our land. It is still the place where we live. And of course, things like trade are important, but in terms of opening up the volcano, it is an adamant no.
Elle a raison, j'aurais fait pareil.
On veut faire des échanges du coup, on veut faire des échanges.
Bah oui. His biggest ally was about to speak, but what he ended up saying was unexpected.
Mais Gunny, il en a marre.
I disagree with Infernus of not allowing anyone else to mine in the volcano. This is Island 1. We're all struggling against the nature and everything like that. Shouldn't we all be allowed to mine wherever we please?
Tu penses que c'est vraiment Mario qui joue? Parce que moi, là, j'imagine un Mario derrière son PC en train de jouer à Minecraft. Hein.
I believe we'd be open to give you resources since it is your land.
But Seneca still said no.
The volcano is still our sacred land. We don't want hundreds of people there mining and ravaging it.
As a result, Lingolini went even further.
On the day one, Mario was here first on the volcano, and we are able to mine there, but it's not fair that no one else can mine.
C'est vrai qu'au début c'était Lingolini et Lingolini a laissé Inferno venir.
Dans ce cas-là, elle peut refuser de miner, mais elle lui doit quelque chose quand même.
That volcano is insanely active right now. It will most likely erupt within the next few days.
I doubt it.
No, that's sci-fi propaganda.
That's propaganda.
And so, after even more discussion, Westhelm made a final plea.
We have a representative from every single nation on this island. You have an opportunity here to unite us all, or you have an opportunity to totally destroy that unitedness.
But Seneca still wouldn't budge.
For now, it's a no.
So, Lingolini made a big announcement.
Mario has a large chunk of territory in the volcano. The Linguini family declares independence from Infernus. And we will open mining to anybody who wants to mine.
Ok, c'est smart de sa part. Linguini, c'est smart de baiser.
Ouais.
Là, il se fait beaucoup de potes. À part sa voisine. J'avoue qu'ils étaient ensemble, hein, c'était vraiment soudé.
I wish we had a better outcome, but this meeting's adjourned.
Punaise. Ah, c'est Saps?
Saps, what just happened?
Dude, what just happened? Every leader in front of me just died.
And you had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't me. Someone was in the roof. I'm getting framed-ish.
Following yesterday's trap, Saps was on the run, as he was now the most
mais est-ce que t'imagines que genre c'est pas scénarisé?
Ouais, je sais.
I'm screwed. What am I supposed to do?
He had no choice but to hide amongst the dense jungles and swamps of the southern island. But he also knew that the longer he hid, the more guilty he looked. So earlier, he had decided that he would turn himself in under the condition that he is given a fair trial.
Mec, il va se faire buter, frérot.
Flux, meanwhile, was satisfied with the success of his plan, but it wasn't over quite yet.
We got 2 leaders left to kill. Call me Cass, and of course, the guy who demoted me.
And because Seraphim was dead, Flux sent another member of his crew to take care of the job. Oh no. Oh no.
What? Mais il est mort, mec. 3B0, c'est le mec qui voulait faire le pont, Théo. Mort. Tu kiffes, Théo, et j'espère vraiment que tu kiffes. Hein. J'espère que tu regardes pas.
Si, je suis dedans, moi là. Je suis concentré.
Ça fait plaisir.
Je suis l'histoire, et ce qui est incroyable, c'est que rien n'a été scripté. C'est. On vous met là et démerdez-vous, genre.
Mais j'ai l'impression que je joue à risque là.
I think we should secure our nation, make sure we have plans when inevitable war and fighting starts.
Sending aid to Island 1 was officially off the table.
C'est fin de journée, ça s'ouvre. Hein.
Ah
oui, c'est vrai que c'est aujourd'hui que ça s'ouvre.
Ouais, c'est.
Flux's plan was finally working.
Le mec s'appelle Goto.
Meanwhile, hosted a diplomatic meeting on day 6 to try and increase the morale of Island 2 before the border drops. Although Cass herself was too scared to attend the meeting.
And I want to enter, but my members are telling me not to because there was an attempt on my life yesterday.
Right. Because Cass was one of the last remaining major leaders on Island 2, she now had guards with her at all times.
Here, I'll trade you armor.
Why?
Want to make sure you guys do not die. Please don't die.
That said, everyone would
Ils protègent leur leader là. Mais tu sais que là, mec, j'aurais peur de n'importe quelle réunion. Parce que genre un piège, de la lave ou quoi, t'as plus envie.
On se rend pas compte, il y a encore des centaines et des centaines de joueurs.
Il y a encore 700-800 joueurs là. Hein.
But first.
Encore eux.
Mec, eux, ils jouent des heures. Pendant plusieurs semaines, ils sont là. Ouais, les gars, alors le concert. Et mec, il doit faire payer tout des places et tout, mec. Bon, attends, c'est. Attends, mais. Mais quoi? Il y a un mec, il a mis un panneau, il a mis c'est quoi la range du Warden?
Mais ferme derrière toi. The fuck.
So remember that discovery that Sidefall made? Well, it was a warden, also known as the most dangerous creature in all of Minecraft. Sidefall had then renamed the warden to Rising.
Les gars, ça met combien de dégâts un warden? Ça t'enlève combien de cartes? C'est dans les commentaires. Je pourrais pas dire.
Wow.
S'il bute en un coup ou deux.
Ok, c'est une dinguerie ce qu'il a fait.
Ouais.
Lave montante. Il a rename le monstre. Lave montante.
Ouais.
Le corps,
comme ça, les gens pensent que c'est la lave qui monte alors que c'est juste un warden.
Ouais. Ouais, Steve, comment il court le truc? C'est quoi ce monstre de con?
Mais en plus, tu sais qu'il est énervé de ouf parce que vu qu'ils ont le chat vocal, ils font énormément de bruit. Oh, mec, le concert! Imagine, il va au concert, il tue le guitariste.
Attends, c'est mon rêve, hein.
Mec, mais attends, mais. Ah, ok, c'est bon, ils vont le tuer.
Ready? Aim! Fire!
Mec, c'est dingue, frérot, mais c'est Jules César 100%. Napoléon, bref.
Ça a combien d'HP cette merde?
Tu sais que je suis en train de me rendre compte que là, je comprends pourquoi cette vidéo a mis 2 ans à être montée. Hein.
Bah oui.
Parce que là, en fait, je pense que les concerts qu'on voit, genre, c'est du reshoot.
Oui,
c'est du reshoot et tout,
oui,
ils ont
oui,
créé...
oui, je te confirme.
Tu vois, c'est du reshoot.
Donc ça aurait 1000 joueurs et il y a bien un groupe de musique, t'inquiète. Hein.
Oui, bien sûr, bien sûr. Ils ont dû pousser le truc vénère.
Welcome to West Helm.
Elle fuit la... Non.
Mais c'est intelligent comme bête, hein.
Ça y est, il bloque la bête enfin. Et bah voilà.
Nice. Bien joué, Cadastro.
Je comprends pas pourquoi ils l'ont pas enfermé avant.
Je kiffe de ouf parce que sur le bouclier, du coup, il y a de quelle civilisation tu viens et tout, tu vois. Je trouve ça trop bien.
Ouais, bah heureusement.
Ils ont aussi des couleurs autour de leur pseudo, de couleurs différentes.
Ouais, j'ai vu.
Mais je crois les couleurs, ça dépend que de quelle île tu viens.
Ah, attends, le
genre
procès.
Vert, c'est... Ah ouais.
I will hear the prosecution's argument, followed by the defense, and then I shall make my ruling.
Mec, ils vont le buter.
Alors qu'il a rien fait.
Prosecution, go ahead.
Your Honor, Saps constructed a meeting hall which contained the deadly trap, pointed at everybody but himself. As a prelude for the meeting, he had his accomplice, Seraphim, assassinate his leader before running to the trigger, ready to pull the trap.
Est-ce que lui, il s'est pris un picot ou pas? Saps, qu'il a esquivé. Ce qui pourrait dire que lui aussi il a un picot.
The prosecution then called a survivor of the trap, Zekor, to the stand.
We know after investigating that only one seat had no trap. Can you identify who was sitting in that seat?
It was Saprada.
Ah mince, il lui a pas mis de picot du coup. Bah oui, mais tes fluxions, il est intelligent. Il voulait que Saps se prenne tout.
Non, je crois que c'était un bug, hein. Je sais même pas si c'était fait exprès.
You destroyed our island. May your death today satisfy us all.
Then it was time for the defense, for Saps to give the most important speech of his life.
Est-ce que tu penses que Saps, il a une supposition déjà?
This island was peace and cooperation between the nations. The loss at the meeting yesterday was extremely devastating and came out of nowhere. But I can tell you right now, I'm innocent. It wasn't me. The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area.
He's gonna expose them.
And we're the only people who knew about the area before the leadership meeting. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200.
What?
Gotoga, Hive Rotation, Snowbird 334, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
Hold on.
When I left to gather the leaders for the meeting, they must have snuck into the roof of the meeting to make the trap. The people who I thought I can trust the most used me for their malicious intent and killed the leaders and blamed it on me.
Saps had figured out he was betrayed and framed by his friend Flux, but he would end up making a critical mistake.
I find it rather interesting that Three Below, the leader of Luminara, is one of the only people who survived the trap.
Oh non.
What about it?
Oh non.
Well, Saps falsely assumed that Three Below Zero, the beloved leader of Luminara, was also behind the murders. And with that mistake, Saps turned everyone against him.
Saps, is that all you have to say?
I guess.
Mince.
All right, I'm ready to make my decision.
Non mec, il peut pas crever.
Time bomb. Find Saparada. Guilty on all counts.
Oh merde. Merde.
Saps is to be taken to the top of the gauntlet and executed immediately.
Faut qu'il se barre en courant là.
C'est mort.
Tente un truc.
J'ai l'impression que je suis dans Gladiator là. Oh mec. Ils s'enfuient.
Voilà,
Théo,
c'est ça. Bah oui, il a raison.
No way. No way.
Ah, il veut les emmener à la cachette. C'est bien joué, voilà.
Waouh.
he escaped.
Mec.
Did he actually get away?
Wow.
No!
Mec, il est chaud, hein. C'est un bon joueur pour faire ça. T'imagines?
Le sang-froid.
You killed our leaders. You destroyed our island.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il va faire maintenant? Comment il va même jouer? Tout le monde veut le tuer. Qu'est-ce qui...
L'île.
Enfin...
L'autre île.
Mec, il a aucun pote. Fluxion, il peut pas le rejoindre. Bah... C'est mort. Non mais l'autre île, 100% a dû être au courant que... Tu vois? Parce qu'en fait... Du moment où ça va s'ouvrir, je pense que oui, Saps, il va aller dans l'autre île. Tu vois? C'est le seul endroit peut-être où il va pouvoir trouver des gars.
Ils attendent, regarde.
Shouldn't it be dropping soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Y'a qui là un peu là? Je reconnais pas de blaze.
It was day 7, which means the border had officially dropped. At first, people were kind of in awe.
Whoa, this is beautiful.
Going from one island to another after all this time was a major culture shock.
Is this Island 1? Whoa!
And as expected, Island 1 people immediately started taking resources from Island 2.
Mec, il ramène un mouton.
The sheep. But the flow of resources wasn't all in one direction.
We're probably gonna take some gravel back to Island 2. We don't have a lot of it.
Still, as people from the two islands started meeting for the first time, they were surprisingly friendly to each other. Like these two who made a tunnel connecting the islands from underground.
This is amazing! We've linked Island 1 and Island 2.
Ah, ils ont fait un tunnel souterrain pour rejoindre.
Feared an invasion by Island 1.
Hein. J'ai pas l'impression du coup qu'ils veulent s'attaquer en fait, hein. Ils sont plus sur la rencontre.
Attends, c'est le début. Et l'autre île, avec tout ce qui se passe, ils ont pas envie d'attaquer alors que tous leurs leaders meurent.
Ouais. Donc t'as vu, on a vu quoi? La pauvreté réunie, la richesse divise.
He had decided to move out of the volcano and relocate his entire mafia to Island 2.
Ah bah ouais, t'imagines, genre, puis quand ta voisine elle est au-dessus de ta tête dans un énorme château, t'es pas content?
Lingolini had legitimate fears that Infernus might seek revenge against him. So, hoping to live a more peaceful life, Lingolini went far away and settled in the Cass Coalition.
So you're the leader of a mafia, I've heard?
Yes, we are, but we might do some rebranding over here.
Are you guys like violent?
We weren't violent much, but we have done some political talk that has not been taken well, which is the reason why we're here.
Sensing potential danger, Cass decided it was best for Lingolini to set up his home outside the Cass Coalition.
Tranquille. Moi mec, il y a un mec qui me parle en Mario, je lui fais pas confiance.
Pareil. Hein.
Non, t'es chum frérot.
Cass hosted a funeral for the deceased Wood Daddy, and over 100 people across both islands showed up.
We are gathered here today in the cherished memory of Wood Daddy, a beacon of kindness in our community.
Tu sais qu'il y a plusieurs morts tous les jours. Hein.
Ouais.
Et là, il y a 100 personnes pour lui.
While Cass's influence grew, the Commonwealth was in shambles. Saps' trial yesterday was a disaster for the Commonwealth. Island 2 had entrusted
mais franchement, la honte, ils l'ont laissé s'enfuir, mais ils sont nuls.
Escaped his execution. People lost all faith in the Commonwealth.
Ah mais t'as vu?
T'as vu?
Ouais, bah oui.
Même la civilisation est en mode vas-y. Notre base elle est nulle et tout, genre.
Leaving just one player, Sitzkrieg, as the sole ruler of the Commonwealth.
We're actively searching for Saps right now. We will restore honor to the Commonwealth.
J'avoue que là, putain, ils se sont fait humilier.
Another big goal was to regrow the Commonwealth's population, which by this point had shrunk by a lot. So he sent out a lot of public invites, especially to the people of Island 1, and it actually did work. Until one of the people who moved in was Knight Arcturus, the lead builder of Westhelm, who had to flee from Westhelm because Spood had found out about his secret plans for revolution.
Ok, donc ceux qui sont dans la Hesse, vont dans l'autre île. Mais Saps, est-ce que Saps, tu penses qu'il va aller à l'île 1 du volcan?
Ouais, je pense.
The world's biggest fugitive, Saps, was back to hiding in the jungle after miraculously escaping from his trial, although his spirits were quickly fading.
Everyone thinks I'm a murderer. I just don't want to do anymore.
Saps knew that Sitzkrieg and the Commonwealth soon planned to scout the entire southern islands to hunt him down. So on day 7, Saps decided that his best bet was to leave his home island and flee to
Et
Island
voilà.
1.
J'aurais fait pareil.
Bien vu.
But it wouldn't be so easy.
Ah oui, parce que maintenant ils sont sur les 2 îles maintenant.
Because the border had just dropped,
Ouais, on va le reconnaître peut-être.
going back and forth between the 2 islands, which means traveling by sea could be dangerous. So Saps decided on another method of travel.
De quoi?
He went to
Souterrain?
the place where he was least expected.
Le pont. C'est pas bête.
He's trying to use the bridge.
Il a raison, plus c'est gros, plus ça passe. Oh putain.
Mec.
What the heck? What are you doing, bro?
T'as vu, tout le monde le connaît, mec. Hein. Tout le monde le connaît. Hein. Mec, un mec, il construit le pont encore.
Island 1.
Now, instead of chasing Saps, the Luminara builders instead retreated to inform everyone else that Saps was on his way to Island 1. Saps, meanwhile, quickly sailed the rest of the way to the other island, although what happened next was unexpected.
Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Whoa. Just get the crap out of me. Am I allowed to touch this water? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, it's good. On the south side of the island, it's safe.
It turns out, earlier, Saps had reached out to a bunch of people on Island 1, offering them 2 stacks of diamonds if they give him a safe place to hide. And out of all people to accept his offer, it was Turntap, the leader of the Covenant, the most feared and militaristic civilization on Island 1.
How was the trip?
Mec, c'est la secte qui a récupéré Saps.
Bridge that Luminara is building, and like all of Luminara was there.
When Saps and Turntap finally arrived at the Covenant, Turntap immediately distributed Saps' diamonds to the Covenant army. But then, in a surprising move, he sent them out on a secret mission. Turntap had sent the Covenant hit squad to Island 2, but not to accomplish a goal for the Covenant per se, but actually upon the request of Infernus.
Linguini betrayed us, humiliated us. He ruined our sacred land.
Yesterday, Lingolini had opened up the volcano for netherite mining, and as such, people from all across Island 1 had started mining in the volcano.
Mais je crois qu'elle a fait un deal avec la secte en leur donnant la nésorite pour pouvoir aller buter Linguini.
Not happy about what Lingolini had done, and Seneca wanted revenge.
Oh mec.
They're killing the entire mafia.
Another one down, baby!
Oh my god. Now, the reason the Covenant was willing to do Seneca's bidding wasn't just because she let them mine for netherite before anyone else. Because as a civilization that values honor and loyalty, the Covenant didn't appreciate how Lingolini so publicly betrayed Infernus.
Hey, you ever thought about diplomacy?
We could have had Island 1 at peace and world peace, and we still can, really.
Oh, here they go.
But over my grave, he will not be a part of it.
Oh, they've got him. They've got him.
Mec.
Mamma mia.
Et voilà.
Mec, Linguini, c'était un personnage. Hein.
The Covenant had massacred the Lingolini Mafia. Before anyone could retaliate, the Blue Cross announced they would schedule a hearing calling on the Covenant to explain what they had done.
Ben.
C'est de plus en plus intéressant.
Howdy, Flux. Oh, you got the fancy armor now.
Yeah.
Moi, ce que j'aime bien, c'est que mec, Pour l'instant, tout le monde est contre Saps. Tout le monde. Et Fluxion, rien, il a.
Tout le monde l'a oublié, j'avoue.
Now, of course, Flux had no idea that the Covenant was also trading with and harboring his arch nemesis, Saps. But he did know one thing.
I heard Saps ran to Island 1, so we put out a massive bounty on his head.
Flux was now determined to have Saps
ouais, parce que c'est le seul qui sait. C'est le seul qui sait.
In the world who knew that Flux was behind the murders of all the Island 2 leaders. Basically, if Saps dies, Flux gets away with everything. And ideally, the sooner Saps dies, the better, because of incidents like yesterday.
That includes the prosecution himself and their ringleader, Fluxion.
Fortunately for Flux, it didn't seem like anyone at the trial believed Saps. If anything, Saps' accusation only made people hate him more, especially the people of Luminara, who weren't happy that Saps accused some of their fellow citizens. What do you want to do to Saps?
Mec, c'est impressionnant, mec. Personne n'a changé d'avis pour l'instant.
After the murder of their beloved leader 3 Below Zero, Luminara soon planned to host an election, and the current frontrunner was a player named Legacy.
Me and my parrot, we've just been going around to different houses, knocking on doors. I think we're gonna win this thing.
For a moment, Flux also considered a run for leader, although he had basically already accomplished everything he wanted to do.
Look, no matter what people say, Island 1 was planning to invade us. They would have just walked right ahead. But now that we have stronger leaders, more cautious leaders, they're not gonna do that. We have world peace. And not because of a bridge, but because of me.
Ouais. Moi je pense que vu qu'il a foutu le bordel, l'île était pas ready pour attaquer. Tu vois?
Ouais, c'est ça, c'est ça.
They'll use it to invade you. If you offer them aid, they'll use it to kill you. This is why Flux believed it was necessary to eliminate the Island 2 leaders who wished.
Et après aussi, il faut se dire que les gens ont peur de crever. Donc quand tu dis on va à la guerre, tu peux peut-être genre terminer 2 semaines de jeu. Tu vois. Et les gens veulent jouer.
Trying to focus on restabilizing our nation. Obviously, the passing of Jour hit us pretty hard.
Meanwhile, the people of Aperion had elected a new leader, but Aperion was never quite the same after the death of Alkaline Elk. The people of the Commonwealth were also in shambles, having a much smaller civilization than they started with. And even though there was some peace on Island 2, people didn't feel a sense of calm, but instead a sense of unease and revenge. They needed closure, and they were determined to kill the person who they believed murdered the leaders they loved. Saps knew that it was only a matter of time before someone hunts him down, or someone in the Covenant betrays him to collect the massive bounty on his head. So, Saps made a last-ditch effort to try and get a strong ally for his cause. He asked Turntap to take him to the largest nation on Island 1.
Mec, il s'est enfui 2 fois, il s'est enfui du meeting, il s'est enfui de... quand on devait le tuer. Et là... il est sur une autre île.
Et il a encore une prime sur la tête.
Et il a une prime sur la tête.
They ran into a citizen of Aperion from Island 2 who recognized Saps.
Oh, ben mec, regarde.
Oh, hey.
Un gars le reconnaît.
Is there a problem here?
Neutral ground.
Que son pseudo est en vert. L'île 2, le pseudo est vert. Et l'île 1, le pseudo il est orange.
We will walk by in peace.
Good call.
Saps and his crew then entered.
Il a lâché l'arbalète. Hein. Il est en train de le viser.
Can I speak to the glorious leader of West Helm, please?
Yeah, I'll go grab him.
Hello. The Covenant leaders brought me. Can we have a meeting?
I'm not gonna lie, Saps. Yeah. You coming to me asking for a meeting after what happened last time, even if it wasn't to do with you.
Listen, I just want to talk.
What about what?
At least explain, because I'm innocent.
Mais oui.
Saps.
Mais.
I'm sorry. No.
Il veut pas accepter, il veut pas crever.
For a meeting because Spud didn't exactly trust him and had no real reason to help him. So instead, Saps tried another civilization, the Alcaracina Pirates.
Moi j'irai pas là. C'est eux qui ont tué le Goland pour avoir la prime.
Things felt a little off.
Now, since you're here, you have to drop all your gear.
Well, about that. Wherever you think.
What?
But then, suddenly...
Need to leave.
Mec, Théo?
Ouais.
Where's he going?
Y'a un piège sous les pieds.
Realized that the pirates were planning to kill Saps to collect the massive bounty on his head. So he told Saps to run.
What's going on?
1 sec, you gotta go back to Covenant like immediately. We probably shouldn't have come out here.
Now, on their way back to the Covenants, Turntap suddenly started acting suspicious himself.
Are we safe? Is everything fine? What's going on?
We need to go back to Covenant right now.
You need to tell me what's going on or I'm not coming with you.
Dude, either like, you can handle this on your own or like just... Here, I'll explain to you in a sec, just come on.
Listen.
Mec, c'est chaud.
Il
a failli dead là, sous les pièges.
This is so suspicious. As Saps ran, he pondered his choices. Either he puts his life in the hands of Turntap, who may be wanting to kill him and collect the bounty for himself, or he runs away. Now.
Putain, mais tout le monde veut le buter, frère.
Saps then climbed the mountains of Island 1, escaping from the last remaining person he thought he could trust.
C'est compliqué.
He was now all alone in a world of people who hated him and wanted him dead. And so he ventured into the snow.
Mec. Mais là,
started collecting blocks.
Tu fais quoi, mec? T'as tout testé, tout.
What are you doing?
Les 2 îles veulent ta prime.
Trust anybody. Flux won. He completely won.
Non, mec, il fait se suicider, frérot. Faut pas qu'il se suicide.
Si, c'est le seul moyen qui pour donner, pour que sa parole elle soit entendue. Il a raison. Jamais il pourra se faire entendre là.
T'imagines après les joueurs ils voient la vidéo, ils sont en mode merde.
Oh mais en off ils ont dû lui dire.
Non ils ont pas le droit, je crois qu'il y a des règles.
Après la vidéo genre.
Ah oui après la vidéo.
Enfin après le tournage.
Oh 350 à 431 Théo.
Welcome everyone! Today we have 2 new prisoners who will fight to the death. Rinit, you are charged with the attempted murder of several innocent West Helm farmers. Remy, you are charged with conspiracy to murder West Helm Food
qui a buté l'autre restaurant, frérot.
Fight!
Oh. Here they go. Oh, that's sweet. Wait, some guy jumped in. What the heck?
Mais non. C'est le rat qui a gagné.
Remy the Rat had won his duel in the Coliseum, and all of his crimes, including the murder of dinosaurs, were expunged from his record.
Ah mais c'est trop bien, frère. C'est bon. Il a tué un mec. Plus de problème.
Putain mais il a été condamné pour buter un mec et il devient le plus riche.
Have you seen our aqueducts? Show me your aqueducts, Spood.
Look at it behind you! Look at it!
So what's the use of this?
I don't really
know. C'est énorme!
We just build. We have too many builders, not enough ideas.
Now, while Spood was an effective leader, he did have to constantly watch his back for assassins.
You know, I've thwarted like 5 assassination attempts, and guess what? I've just found out about another!
No way. Spood's entire reign began with him almost being killed, so he was always extra careful and sensitive about where he went and who he associated with. It's also why Spood was particularly angry when he found out that one of the people who planned to kill him was his own lead builder, Knight Arcturus.
Il est où lui?
According to some of my
Il est sur le
sources,
île, je crois.
Ouais, sur l'autre île.
was seen in the Commonwealth earlier today.
Really? Spood had sent spies across the world to find Night Arcturus, and when they discovered he was staying at the Commonwealth, Spood immediately reached out to Sitzkrieg to request he be handed back to Westhelm. However, given that the Commonwealth was low on citizens and needed good builders, Sitzkrieg decided to reject Spood's request.
I'm not just going to give up one of my builders. The Commonwealth does not give in to tyrants.
This made Spood erupt with fury.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows the Commonwealth is corrupt. They step that talk.
Mec, c'est un fou ce mec, ça, c'est un fou frérot. Ça doit être un bon builder par contre, hein, pour que le Commonwealth le garde.
This whole situation became a massive drama, and it actually got to the point where the rest of Island 2 was getting annoyed with the Commonwealth.
I don't get why the Commonwealth doesn't just hand him over. We don't need a war with Westhelm.
Unlike the Commonwealth, Cass had a big population and she didn't care about losing citizens who were troublemakers. For example, earlier, one of her citizens, Addison27, had gone to Tricolor, dug into Jovial's grave, and had stolen Jovial's head.
Can I wear this? Hey Cass, I brought you a trophy.
But instead of protecting him, Cass immediately banished Addison from the Cass Coalition and alerted Tricolor of his location, causing Addison to flee Island 2. It was this kind of no-nonsense leadership that earned Cass a lot of respect from not only her citizens, but other Island 2 nations who were now much more willing to ally
Mec,
with
tu sais que
Cass.
c'est elle qui a la plus grosse base, hein.
Ouais, je sais.
The existence of the Cass Coalition also provided a sense of security to smaller groups, like this new nation who were mostly cheese merchants and called themselves the Conquistadors.
This is the way of cheese, but el queso!
Ça Théo, c'est toi si tu joues au jeu. toi tu ferais une base trop chum. Toi ça serait genre beat word. Tu ferais des beats de partout.
I have news. I'm marrying Oppenheimer.
What? A day, the player Oppenheimer had marched into Barbie Land, but instead of destroying it with a nuke, he apparently liked it so much that he proposed to their leader.
Yes, consider this your invitation to the Barbenheimer wedding.
Thank you. In Luminara, meanwhile, the citizens were inventing new technologies.
This is the power switch. It's 16 furnaces working together simultaneously, and it has a bunch of hopper minecarts on the inside distributing everything.
As much as Luminara was finally starting to live up to its name as the light of Island 2, little did its citizens know among them was quietly living the world's most deadly group of terrorists.
I'm thinking of running in the election tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Legacy's pretty popular, but I'm not worried.
While it seemed like each of the Island 2 nations had their own separate goals, they were all still united under one mission: to find and kill Saps. In fact, by day 8, Luminara had told all the other nations that Saps had fled to Island 1, and some nations were already preparing to send out hit squads later today. But Island 1, meanwhile, was currently dealing with a whole other political drama, the murder
Le bateau il est joli. Ah ouais mais...
How we are being this civil about this. They came in, they found him in the hole, they drowned him in lava.
This player, Vietnam, was one of the few remaining survivors in the Lingolini Mafia. Vietnam had escaped the Covenant's attack and wanted to get revenge against the Covenant, but was finding it surprisingly difficult to gather support. See, while the Blue Cross condemned the Covenant, nobody was brave enough to declare war on them. People feared the Covenant and its army, which is why Seneca secretly asked them to do the deed instead of doing it herself.
Ah, c'est des pros, il paraît. Au début, il avait dit c'était gachot en PVP. Ah ouais, mec, elle est dans la merde. Hein. Je pense que c'est qu'il peut avoir une guerre en interne si les gens apprennent que elle a brisé la coalition.
Going back to Westhelm, on day 8, Emperor Spood was really only thinking about one thing: how to get revenge against Knight Arcturus. After the Commonwealth rejected Spood's extradition request, Spood's initial reaction was to begin preparing for war. But what made him think twice was his belief that the Commonwealth was a massive nation with probably a big army. Spood also knew that declaring war could risk the entirety of Island 2 coming to the Commonwealth's defense, and maybe launching a counterattack on Westhelm. So Schmood decided to change strategies. He instead decided to try and bait the Commonwealth. See if he can make them angry enough to do something rash. Something bad enough that would allow Schmood to then declare war.
Il veut l'excuse, mec. Il veut l'excuse pour commencer une guerre mondiale. Ça te rappelle quoi, ça, Théo? Moi, ça me rappelle la Première Guerre mondiale.
Ouais, ce que j'allais dire, attentat de Sarajevo. La Première Guerre mondiale, c'est exactement ce que j'allais dire. Ouais.
Ça a commencé comme ça, il y avait des tensions un peu de partout, tu vois.
Chacun
était jaloux de l'autre.
C'était pas en Biélorussie, c'était en... Je sais plus comment ça s'appelait.
Because the Covenant had brought Saps to Westhelm yesterday, Schmood had specifically asked Turntap to protect Saps and escort him to Westhelm once again. While Saps didn't fully trust Turntap, or Schmood for that matter, he knew that a meeting with Schmood was a massive opportunity, and it was worth the risk.
Ah, il a accepté enfin. Il a accepté de parler à Saps. Ah mais du coup attends, mais Saps ici, il a pas sauté? Il est revenu?
Ah, il a pas sauté, ouais.
You are the person that, to my knowledge,
on l'a pas vu sauter, hein.
Non.
It was not me. There is a person on Island 2 that is behind all of the assassinations and the corruption. His name is Fluxion.
Emperor Schmood was having trouble believing Saps, but he went along with it for now.
Well, it seems like we both have gripes with Island 2.
Schmood then proceeded to tell Saps and the Covenant about his feud with the Commonwealth, and how he needed Island 1's support in case a war breaks out. There was just one problem. The Blue Cross Alliance was as good as dead. Infernus had basically left the Alliance after the last meeting, and the Covenant had stopped responding to the Blue Cross because of the Lingolini situation. So Schmood decided to take things into his own hands and individually call the big four nations of Island 1 for a meeting. And he wanted Saps to be there so he could tell the leaders about corruption on Island 2. Now, because of Saps' reputation, Seneca and Benji were hesitant. But as long as the meeting was in a wide open area without a roof, they decided they would go.
Ah ok, d'accord. Ils y vont quand même du coup. Mais là mec, ça va parler du coup de Linguini qui est mort. Ça va parler de... peut-être Secure Saps du coup.
Tu sais ce qu'il va avoir comme guerre? Il va avoir une guerre entre ceux qui veulent la faire et ceux qui voulaient pas la faire. Je pense.
Schmood's goal with this meeting was to convince all the leaders that Island 2 was a threat to
T'as vu, c'est ce qu'il veut faire. Schmood, t'as vu?
De quoi?
Mais il veut que... faire que l'île 2, c'est des méchants, tu vois.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Then, Turntap of the Covenant made his own statement.
A few days ago, Covenant was approached by Luminara to speak of a potential trade agreement. Legacy AN approached me in regards to Fluxion, the guy who Saps is claiming killed everyone, which I do believe.
Whoa. Apparently, back when the Covenant traded armor trims with Flux, they had also done the same deal with Legacy. And Legacy had voiced concerns to Turntap about Flux's run for leader, including how Flux was demoted from second in command, and rumors that he's paying people diamonds to vote for him. This gave Saps and Schmood's stories a little more credibility, which was crucial for getting everyone on board with Westhelm's military proposal, which was, if any nation from Island 2
chaque secret se sait au bout d'un moment.
Island 1 must strike back.
Et là, j'ai l'impression que...
If all leaders are in agreement to this, please say aye.
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 This is for us a problem.
Benji was hesitant to join any military alliance because Elysium was the nation of peace, and he knew that his people were opposed to any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle.
Council might not agree.
Do you believe if Saps was at the council meeting, would he potentially have the chance to convince them after telling his story?
I think he might.
As long as Saps agrees, it's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
Ok, nice mec, Saps a enfin des alliés. Mais en fait, il a des alliés parce qu'ils veulent la guerre, tu vois. Entre guillemets. Par contre mec, ils ont pas parlé de Linguini. T'as vu?
Ouais.
Alors qu'ils étaient là les leaders.
Après peut-être ils en ont parlé mais ça a été cut hein.
Ouais.
So many other people have died to the same tyranny and corruption that has been on Island 2. I'm just so lucky to be alive and share my story with you guys.
Mec, tu sens le renversement ou pas là? Je sens qu'il y a un truc qui se fait là. Je sens que
Attends.
une vengeance approche.
Against the corruption in Island 2, which is...
What is that? What does that mean? That's vague. Are we going to
corruption?
Elysium wasn't convinced that potential corruption on another island was enough of a reason for Elysium to get involved. But then, suddenly...
A few days ago...
What the... What is this? About 15 members of the West Helm army had inexplicably walked right through Elysium. They quickly left, but it certainly didn't help the tensions.
What?
Nonetheless, the proceedings continued.
They're being rushed here to pressure us.
We're going to be deciding whether Elysium citizens would go to war. I think Elysium citizens need to have a say in that.
Yeah, true.
After even more deliberation and after even more time passed...
Excuse me, you have to say something important. The troop of people that came by, they are apparently the military from West Helm. We have reasonable suspicions to believe they are going to launch an invasion of Island 2 in the next, 5 minutes. I do not know.
What are you talking about?
What?
Emperor Spood had grown impatient. After Spider informed him that progress was stalling, Spood had decided to send a squadron of the West Helm
Ah, il a la flemme d'attendre, mec. Il a la flemme d'attendre Elysium.
Night Arcturus. Oh boy, they're almost there, I think.
Il veut aller tuer l'architecte.
Qu'il la trahi. À juste titre.
Hello, Ben. We are here peacefully. We're simply looking for a man by the name of Knight_Arcturus.
Alright. We don't have him.
We do not know where he's at. We have not seen him, nor have we heard from him.
We don't have him.
Ooh.
Where are they going?
Is that it?
Ouh.
With their first plan failing, West Helm went to plan B.
Mec, il a eu peur, hein, le chef. T'as vu? Il a même pas fait en mode pourquoi vous me demandez ça? Tu sais, non, c'est en mode on l'a pas. Et it's time maintenant.
Bail.
The West Helm squadron had successfully intimidated the Commonwealth leadership into fleeing their own nation. West Helm then went around, searching every house, every mine, every crevice of the Commonwealth. But ultimately, Night Arcturus was nowhere to be found.
Peut-être que du coup ils disaient... Tu penses qu'il cache ou pas?
Bien sûr.
Ou ils savent vraiment pas où
Bien
il est.
sûr qu'il est caché.
Meanwhile, at the Cass Coalition.
Enfin, c'est pas qu'il est caché, c'est qu'il était pas là, ils vont pas le dénoncer, genre.
Ouais.
Hey, can I run something by you real quick?
Yeah.
You know how everyone's trying to kill Saps because of what he did? And then during his trial, he was all like, Luminara was behind this. Luminara built the trap.
The leadership in Luminara helped me build.
Mec, mais t'imagines le montage, mec, quand on y pense?
The
Les
prosecution
vocaux,
himself, Thomas 5200.
les illustrations, collecter les histoires, mec, il y a 1000 joueurs.
I was sailing past Saps' place a few days ago.
God, this dude is digging. For what?
Je sais pas comment ils ont fait, mais ouais, ça explique les 2 ans, quoi.
You see that? You see that guy?
Yeah.
Isn't that Flux?
Oh mec,
Yeah.
il a un règle de Flux qui est en train de faire du sable. Enfin, tu sais le toit.
Why is he gathering blocks?
Oui.
You go to show Cass.
Oh shit, mec.
What do you think?
Interesting. You know what? Go show this to Tricolor. And probably also Hyperion.
I'm on it.
Mec, il va montrer cette vidéo à tous les leaders.
A citizen of the Cass Coalition had been reviewing his old video footage when he happened to notice Flux digging for sand, a prevalent material in Saps' roof.
T'imagines, il est en train de faire un montage pour sa vidéo Jour 7 sur la vidéo Civilisation. Il fait le montage et il voit Fluxon farmer du sable.
Et 100% ça s'est passé comme ça.
Bah ouais, tu veux que ça se passe comment sinon? Oh punaise, mec, t'imagines? Jour 9.
Mais ils ont le droit, c'est RP de faire ça, genre?
Je connais pas les limites de leur RP ou les règles de leur RP, tu vois.
Non, RP, t'as pas le droit. Ce genre de choses.
Mais je crois qu'ils avaient le droit de faire des vidéos, de streamer et tout, tu vois.
Oui, mais dans ton RP, ça compte pas, t'as pas le droit de l'utiliser, genre. Mais là, j'ai l'impression que si.
Après, c'est pas du RP GTA, tu vois, quand même.
Non, mais même si c'est pas du GTA, genre.
How real this support is, and who he can really trust. See, Saps knew that the Covenant generally did not like the people of Island 2. The Covenant believed that Island 1 was the supreme island with better culture, customs, and traditions. They were also known to be ruthless, having massacred the entire Lingolini
Mec,
mafia.
pourquoi? Parce qu'ils ont survécu où c'est difficile de vivre, tu vois.
Offered to continue protecting him, especially after he ran away. But Saps knew he needed powerful allies as world tensions were ramping up. When Spoon invaded the Commonwealth yesterday, he got a lot of criticism, mostly from his own neighbors who were blindsided by the move.
Spoon could have dragged all my people into war. Elysium is a nation of peace.
Like that, any hope for a Big Four alliance was basically dead, especially since the other nations were now dealing with problems of their own.
Mec, le château, il est balèze. Je crois mon endroit préféré, c'est le volcan. Regarde comme c'est stylé.
Ouais, j'aime bien aussi.
That Elysium's newspaper, Daybreak Media, had somehow found out that she had directed the Covenant to kill Lingolini.
Attends, comment ça, il y a un journal? Il y a un fucking journal.
Quiet yesterday during the Island 1 snow meeting. She knew this story would be coming out, and she was trying to figure out how she would respond. And on day 9, she made her decision. To dissuade people from invading Infernus, she would show strength by doubling down and hold a joint ceremony with the Covenant, parading around Lingolini's head.
What the fuck, frère?
Let this be a lesson. Shame to those who disrespect.
Non mais déjà tu vois la gueule de leur château, tu sais quand même que c'est des gars, faut pas rigoler avec eux, tu vois.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, the Blue Cross was hosting a meeting.
Vietnam, I'm getting word that Infernus is having a ceremony to burn the head of Mario.
If I can't get his head back, then it's war. I will put my hands around each and every one.
The leaders and representatives then decided that Infernus needed to be punished, and they started discussing whether or not to declare war. But then, not even a minute into the discussion...
If everyone is against them, then we're not going to...
Benji's dead!
Benji?
What?
C'est Elysium?
Benji, the leader of Elysium, had suddenly died. And before anyone could even ask about what happened, a member of Daybreak Media made a shocking revelation.
We know that Benji had been one of the people who made the call to kill Lingolini.
What? Apparently, Benji had admitted to Daybreak Media that he, alongside Infernus, had approved the killing of Lingolini.
Mais pourquoi il avait ça?
At the time, Benji believed that killing Lingolini would finally resolve the conflict over the volcano and bring peace to the island. But he ended up seriously regretting this decision. So he told Daybreak Media everything, exposed Infernus, and then ended his life.
Alors ça, mec, si c'est pas du RP.
Now, because Benji had repented, the Blue Cross Conference decided not to punish
Attends, mec.
and instead
Théo, le gars il a arrêté, il s'est buté.
I don't know about war. Maybe a trial.
Parce qu'il se sentait mal.
Flux was representing Luminara at the meeting, and the leaders actually agreed with his idea. So later today, there would be a trial against the entire nation of Infernus. Now, when the meeting came to an end, Flux was approached by a few guards from Tricolor.
Right, look.
We know about the assassinations, all right?
What assassinations?
You're under arrest. You're coming to Tricolor. You're gonna have a fair trial. Just come with us.
What are you talking about?
Tricolor had issued an arrest warrant for Flux after they obtained incriminating video evidence from a citizen of the Cast
Voilà, c'est bien.
Being possibly
Allez, dois te faire arrêter, frérot.
death of Jovial in any capacity.
What are you talking about? We know Seraphim was guilty of that.
There are concerns that you may have been involved in other ways. If you believe yourself innocent, I believe that you are. I trust that you're innocent because you told me you were. But right now, the most important thing you can do is simply go to the trial and prove that you're correct, which I believe
This
you
is
are,
an
okay?
outrage against Luminara. I cannot believe that you would accuse me of this.
Now, the truth was, Tricolor wasn't necessarily convinced that Flux was guilty. They just wanted Flux to go to trial so that he could answer their questions about the videotape.
Why didn't you not bring this up beforehand?
So if you were not leaving, run away.
You're seriously scared that I'm going to run away from a trial?
You agree after what happened with the Commonwealth, we could never be too careful about stuff like that. We're both not...
Fine, I will go, but this is...
Il est obligé d'y aller, il est obligé d'y aller. S'il s'enfuit, les gens vont dire qu'il est
We will
coupable.
not stand for this.
Flux is getting arrested by Tricolor.
Pourquoi son armure elle est différente? C'est pas parce que genre il a un truc d'un boss ou quoi?
He's like stopping every few seconds.
People stop, don't worry about it.
The group then passed through Elysium and were about to sail off to Island.
Ah, il s'arrête parce qu'il écrit.
Il envoie des DM là. Il est en mode merde. Merde, tu vois, il doit, je sais pas, moi envoyer des messages à ses gars.
Ouais.
Oh,
hey,
what? Il s'est fait taper? Il s'est fait
Ah,
taper,
mais c'est
frère?
l'autre ça qui est en train de le buter.
Flux is getting away. It turned out Flux had secretly told a member of his own crew to come and attack him so that he could run away from his arrest without looking guilty.
Mais non! Ah, c'est smart de ouf, mec.
When Flux returned to Luminara, his whole world had flipped upside down. He believed he had covered all his tracks, that he had gotten away with everything. But for now, he had to remain calm and decide on his next move.
Legacy. Yeah? We've just been informed that you have ties to the Covenant, and they're working with Saps the Traitor. So the problem is, we're afraid you're a national security threat. You have two choices right now. You either drop out of the election this instant, or we can do this the hard way.
Oh, that's tough.
Legacy, c'est le mec qui donnait des diamants
Ouais.
By forcing Legacy
pour
to
devenir
drop
leader.
out of the election, Flux had automatically become the leader of Luminara.
Punaise, t'as vu, ils ont fait du chantage.
Tricolor still wanted to arrest him. They wouldn't be able to just walk ahead and take him. They would have to invade Luminara itself.
Oh punaise, ils peuvent plus le choper, frère. T'imagines? Mais attends, mais mec, et là il a fait un move trop smart. De dire à un de ses potes de le taper. Comme ça il a peur et c'est son excuse pour lui de dire bah non, je viens pas, c'est pas sécure.
He spent day 9 repairing relationships, but also forming new ones.
Waouh, attends. Théo, il reste une demi-heure. Ok.
40 minutes de bonheur là.
Pour l'instant, alors comment tu trouves?
On est à 1h55 de vidéo. Je suis très étonné par le script de l'histoire. On dirait que ça a été écrit, tu vois, mais en fait pas du tout. Tout s'est fait naturellement. Et d'où le truc que tu disais au début qui est expérience sociale. Je trouve que ça fait très réaliste en termes d'expérience sociale et qu'il y a des bons reflets de notre société de l'heure d'aujourd'hui aussi, moi je trouve.
Franchement, mec, ça pourrait être une étude de cas, je te jure.
Ouais, de malade, hein. Tout le
Bon,
monde,
ça fait plaisir que tu kiffes.
Ouais,
j'espère aussi vous kiffez, les gars.
Je regrette pas du tout d'avoir regardé. T'avais bien raison de la montrer cette vidéo.
Ah, ça fait plaisir. Allez faire un petit pipi et c'est reparti.
Earlier, Spoon had received a message from a player named Addison27 who wanted to sell Jovial's head in exchange for netherite. Spoon accepted the deal, gave Addison a place to meet him at, but then he gave Addison's location straight to Tricolor.
Hein?
Attends, quoi?
Show us the head.
Attends,
There it is. Give it right now.
No way. Attends,
remets, non.
Ouais, écoute ce qui s'est passé.
Yesterday, Emperor Spoon had caused a lot of chaos with his failed attempts to capture Night Arcturus. So he spent day 9 repairing relationships, but
Ah ouais, parce qu'il a envoyé. Il a envoyé ses gars, tu sais.
Earlier, Spood had received a message from a player named Addison27 who wanted to sell Jofiel's head in exchange for netherrack.
Ah, c'est le mec qui a pillé la tombe de Jofiel.
The deal gave Addison a place to meet him at, but then he gave Addison's location straight to Tricolor.
Et Tricolore? Ben, c'était Lily.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, no.
Give it right now.
I got it.
Now, this actually led to an alliance between West
Oh, t'as compris ou pas?
Ouais, c'est bon.
T'as compris?
Oui.
Spood, il est fort pour les alliances. Hein.
Move by Spood to befriend the neighbors of the Commonwealth.
Il a donné l'adresse
Spood also visited the Covenant after he heard about some civil unrest going on.
So they all just left, just like that?
Apparently, about half of the Covenant's entire population had decided to leave the Covenant. This is because they believed TurnTap was betraying the Covenant's values by constantly trading and associating with Island 2. And what made a lot of them really angry was the fact that TurnTap was making them protect saps. See, originally, TurnTap had only brought saps in to get diamonds for his army.
Mais c'est quoi la chance que quand il traverse l'île, il tombe sur TurnTap, tu vois? TurnTap, c'est un petit peu un leader.
In fact, the reason TurnTap had acted strangely on day 7 wasn't because he was thinking about killing Saps. It was because he had just saved Saps from the Alcaracina pirates, and he was worried that the pirates would attack the Covenant in retaliation.
Walk ahead.
Anyway, now that TurnTap had the pirates against him, as well as much of the Covenant forces, which TurnTap himself had trained to be ruthless, it's fair to say that his life was in grave danger. But before he and Spood could figure out a solution, the Covenant suddenly had a surprise visitor.
Come here, you're under arrest.
Uh-oh.
Yo, they're trying to kill me?
Ooh.
You killed our leaders. You destroyed our island.
After days upon days of searching, the Commonwealth had finally found Saps.
It's literally the guy.
Saps is now hiding. This player, Zekor, was now the main diplomat of the Commonwealth, and he knew that this was his opportunity to finally kill Saps.
Mec, Zekor, c'est un gars qui a survécu
The last thing he needed to
au
do
Pico.
was to convince Spood to hand Saps over.
Spood, come here. Please, let's have a talk. Let's have a chat. And are you a friend of this criminal behind you?
Alright, could you guys come inside?
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh punaise, mec. Tu vois, les pseudo-verts, on les reconnaît.
All of our fighting
Ils ont
behind
reconnu
us.
Saps.
I propose a trade. You give me Saparada, and the Commonwealth gives you Night Arcturus.
Ah putain.
Oh wow.
RT for Saps. I mean, where would this happen?
Oh putain, mec.
You can let us take Saparada now, and then we can kill Arcturus for you.
No, don't kill him. He needs to fight in the Colosseum.
Alright, we can make that work as well.
Wait, so you're saying you know where he is? It's interesting because Sitzkrieg said he didn't.
Okay.
We don't have him.
We do not know where he's at.
Look, he comes back every now and then. We'll find him.
Really? Is that so?
Why would I lie?
So you'll find him for me?
Spood, don't do this.
Look, Spood, I have to be honest. I'm shocked that you're defending this criminal. Either you accept this deal right now, or I tell everyone from back home that you're harboring Saparada. They'll all declare war on you, and this will be the end of Westhelm.
Oh putain. Intéressant, non?
So, just to make the terms of this deal very clear, because I want to be accurate, you expect me to give up an innocent man in exchange for a terrorist? Is that really your offer?
He's not innocent.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mais il a pas vu la vidéo, lui, hein.
Get out. Now.
Il a pas accepté. Ouais, Saps, c'est bon, il a un bon allié. Hein. Eh ben.
J'ai adoré cette scène.
Soon, it would be time for the trial of Infernus, which had become a very anticipated event because Seneca had told everyone that she actually planned to attend.
Mais le monde.
As such, Turntap would be there to help her, which meant Saps also had to go. He wanted the Covenant's protection, which would actually come in handy.
Whoa!
Saps getting attacked. Oh no.
Quoi? Saps se fait attaquer?
Saps getting attacked again.
Mais il est pas mort là?
The attacker was taken out immediately by the Covenant, but this led to another problem.
We need to know whether we should keep Infernus in the area. We are worried about assassinations.
Not going in a building, we're having this outside.
Ce mec, Saps là, de base c'est un mec qui veut pas de problème, qui était tout seul, il est dans une galère depuis le début. Il a rien demandé.
And as expected, people were quickly becoming impatient.
Mais regarde, il y a plein de pseudo verts en fait. Les gens veulent l'assassiner là. Mais en plus c'est en inter et tout, mais c'est tellement dangereux.
Someone's setting up dripstone.
Théo?
Oh!
C'est qui est mort? Turntap!
And like that, Turntap was dead. Killed by two disgruntled former citizens of the Covenant who had come back for revenge.
Attends, mais il y a deux qui sont morts en même temps.
Burn us back to the castle.
Queen Seneca directed her people and all the remaining Covenant forces, who were now leaderless, to retreat to the Infernus Castle.
Ah là, mec, t'es obligé de protéger ton leader, mais d'une manière... Mec... Et si un jour je fais un serveur comme ça, jamais je fais des réunions en intérieur. Hein. Jamais.
On les fait dans l'eau.
But now that Seneca had adopted the entire Covenant army with all of its netherite weaponry, it would be impossible to try and arrest anyone. Saps, meanwhile, was abandoned at the courthouse, so he ran all the way to Westhelm to Emperor Shmood, who was apparently dealing with a new political crisis.
Mec, c'est un... Mec, est-ce que tu te rends compte le niveau de montage? Le nombre d'illustrations qu'il a fait, qu'il a retourné. L'histoire. Mec, tu sais que ça fait des années que j'ai pas vu une vidéo aussi incroyable.
Ouais, j'avoue que là c'est... Waouh.
Mec, c'est une vidéo YouTube.
Le montage c'est... Mais tu sais que ça peut passer sur Netflix, au calme ça. Hein.
Let me go and step. Let them kill me, and if they do, we'll have the right to obliterate them.
Basically, if Spider goes to this meeting and actually gets killed, then in the eyes of the world, this will give Westhelm permission to finally wipe the Commonwealth off the map.
You're a hero, Spider.
Glory to Westhelm.
Mec, t'as vu ça? Il y a de la... sensation là. Il y a de l'honneur en jeu et tout, t'as vu? Le gars il est parti quasiment genre dans voir l'ennemi, mec. Ils l'ont tué.
Oh la vache.
Mais tout le monde voit, ils l'ont tué.
Et là c'est parti, c'est la guerre.
C'est la guerre, mec. C'est la guerre, Théo.
Après 2h30 de vidéo, la guerre commence.
Wait, what? Where is everyone?
The Commonwealth had been completely abandoned. See, after Zekr's meeting with Spood, Sitzkrieg had tried to rally all of Island 2 against Westhelm, but not a single nation joined him. Throughout its days, the Commonwealth had faced chaos, infighting, global humiliation, and now...
Ouais, pour moi, c'est que l'humiliation globale, elle a fait mal à cette communauté. vraiment.
So, as a final jab against Westhelm, Sitzkrieg decided to kill Spider before dissolving the Commonwealth once and for all. Sitzkrieg and his remaining citizens then decided to pack up and relocate to the one place in the world that Westhelm wouldn't be able to infiltrate.
Quoi?
Bah oui.
Quoi? Mais attends, mais tu vas me dire que Cynthia, elle veut se protéger. Du mec au milieu, je sais plus comment il s'appelle là. Toi quoi? De Spood? Parce qu'en faisant ça, Cynthia, elle devient genre plus vénère que Spood.
Bah je crois que c'est pareil là. Là je crois qu'il va y avoir une bataille entre les deux là.
Bah mec, il va pas laisser se passer ça. Hein. En plus, c'est sur son île que ça se passe.
Meanwhile, at the Caste Coalition, it was the end of another good day. The farmers had produced plentiful crops, the businesses had made lots of sales, and there was even a birthday party.
Tout va bien depuis le début, mec.
Moi, c'est le monde de Barbie, là.
Le seul gars qui est mort, c'est le bûcheron qui s'est fait utiliser.
Qui est mort de larmes en sautant.
As leader, it was Cass's duty to keep track of all the world conflicts. But by day 9, they were simply overwhelming. She watched from afar as the Commonwealth fell apart. She watched as world leaders died left and right. She watched Infernus avoid justice by blocking themselves off. With Netherite at their defense,
t'as entendu.
sheer height. T'as pété. Yet despite all the turmoil, Cass spent most of the day trying to solve what was now the world's biggest mystery. Who had really murdered all the Island 2 leaders? Was it Saps or was it Flux? See, earlier at the Blue Cross meeting, members of the Caste Coalition were listening carefully.
Covenant was propagating anti-Island 2 propaganda, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't agree with that. Island 1 never had beef with you guys. It was really just a covenant.
They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. Then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes.
Ouais, c'est vrai que maintenant qu'ils parlent ensemble, ils voient que Fluxion mentait.
Probably not. I think they were just trying to scare you guys.
Flux had fully believed that Island 1 was going to invade and even yelled at the other leaders for doing nothing, which made Cass think, what if that's the reason he killed them? Besides, what would be Saps' motive? There wasn't even a motive alleged during his trial, yet he was still found guilty. In fact, thinking back, the trial itself was suspiciously short, and the judge made a decision very quickly. Well, on day 9, one of Cass's citizens was scouting the Commonwealth and figured out why. Flux had bribed the judge to ensure Saps was found guilty. When Cass discovered this, she immediately called for a meeting with local leaders.
It's been Flux this whole time. I'm so mad. He needs to die.
C'est vrai qu'il a été jugé hyper rapidement.
Ouais, ça.
Okay, I'll tell my guys to prepare for battle.
No, there won't be a battle. We go in, we take him out, we leave. Got it?
Sounds good. See.
Alright.
Mais tu sais que Colmicas, qui était ultra pacifiste, va partir en guerre là.
Mais pour une bonne raison, Pour une bonne raison. Pour la plus grosse raison de la vidéo d'ailleurs. Il reste plus de 700 joueurs.
300 morts.
700 joueurs. Il reste 25 minutes, mais wesh, ça va descendre à une vitesse.
We never got the opportunity to properly mourn our previous leader, Three Below.
What's going on here?
Quoi?
Attends,
il est en train de dire des choses bien sur.
Ouais, mais vas-y, quel gros suceur lui, vas-y, j'espère qu'il va crever, quel connard. Faut qu'il crève là.
Regarde, mais tu sais, en plus, les gens ils sont pas au courant.
Non.
Mais toute cette communauté là, ils ont vu que du feu.
Alright, let's go.
Ouais, ils y vont, frère.
So the Cass Coalition set off on their mission to kill Flux once and for all. On the way, Cass stopped at Hyperion to rally their people.
We've found the person responsible for the multiple leader assassinations, including the assassination of your own president. Are we ready to fight for Luminara and for justice?
The plan was simple. Hyperion would invade Luminara from the south, while the Cass Coalition approaches from the sea so that Flux...
Oh mec, il est foutu. Mec. Wesh. Je pense qu'il y a deux guerres qui se préparent. La guerre de cette île, c'est
mais
maintenant.
comment pendant la bataille tu te reconnais, genre?
Ouais. T'as des boucliers, T'as des boucliers, Théo. Et puis bon, Flux, c'est le seul gars qui a une armure évoluée aussi.
Oh! Okay, wait, surrender. I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Flux was under the arrest, killing Jag, Alki, members of Tricolor, and leader of Commonwealth.
This is an outrage! And attempting my assassination!
Ouah, elle a insulté, t'as vu? Elle a dit son of a bitch. Pardon. Bon, là c'est RP2BZ, t'as vu, il le tue pas. Hein. Ils vont l'envoyer en procès. Hein.
Don't to a mass murderer right now. Don't let him get through the crowds, guys. Where's Legacy? Luminarans, do you want this man alive?
Yeah, entitled to a fair trial.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
All of a sudden, Cass wasn't sure about what to do.
Le problème, c'est que si Cass le tue, elle va perdre beaucoup de joueurs. Parce que le Minara, il y a encore des gens qui sont avec Fluxion.
Oh la vache.
Mais je suis en train de regarder Game of Thrones saison 2, c'est pas possible.
People using a secret trap he had built the day before. This bought him just enough time to escape. That said, Flux knew there'd be a lot of people after him, so when he dug to the surface, he ran straight to the ocean and fled Island 2.
Oh putain. Oh.
Still, Cass and Hyperion sent out hit squads to try and hunt Flux down, while Legacy directed the citizens of Luminara to evacuate.
I gotta move all of these people over to the Concave storage queue because no one is safe in Luminara at the moment.
Holy. Like that, Legacy had taken over as leader of Luminara. Cass and Hyperion were down 5 citizens, and Flux had gotten away with everything once again.
Il est fort, Flux aussi, hein.
Il est fort, ça se voit que c'est un gars chaud.
So he thought.
Est-ce qu'il a tué des gens importants? Mec, t'imagines, genre ça fait 2 semaines que tu joues, tu meurs comme ça.
Oh my god!
When Flux's trap went off, the rest of the world had a lot of questions.
Was that in Luminara?
That was Flux?
Wait, Flux killed those people?
Yeah.
Oh mais mec, c'est-à-dire que là tout le monde
Word began to spread about what had happened.
Va dire que c'est lui le coupable du coup maintenant. C'est mort.
Which made people think, was Flux behind the murders of the Island 2 leaders after all?
Dude, I think Flux was behind everything. Shaps was right.
Suddenly, the world realized that Saps had been telling the truth.
Saps président!
Woo!
Hey, Saps, how do you feel?
Finally, I'm so happy.
For the first time since he had got into hiding,
Mec, enfin.
Vindicated, proven innocent, and the world was
Quand il a fallu des morts quand même
his side.
pour que les gens disent qu'il est innocent.
And now, instead of hunting for saps, all of Island 2 was determined to find Flux.
Bro, that was
Je pense qu'il a rejoint qui Flux
We should have just started killing him. I don't
sur
know why anyone stopped.
l'autre île.
I would have been the bad guy if I killed him right then and there with everyone yelling, trial, trial.
Je sais pas.
But the search for Flux didn't take long.
Someone just saw Flux going up the volcano.
Oh, you're kidding.
Layer by layer, I didn't know narrowness in my childhood.
Queen Seneca had offered Flux refuge at
Mais c'est pas
Infernus
possible.
under the condition that he and his crew build deadly traps all around the volcano perimeter so that nobody can break in. But the rest of the world was unfazed.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for what they did.
Ok,
On
mec.
day 10, all of Island 2 joined the Tricolor West Helm Alliance and declared war against Infernus.
Théo, elle est là, la bataille finale. Elle est là, la bataille finale.
For Spider and for Owo. And I just want to say, if I die today, I love you all. Glory to West Helm.
Donc Western y vont parce que Spider est mort. Lui il y va parce que Linguini il est mort. Et tout l'île 2 y va parce qu'il y a Fluxon là-bas.
Flux got away with murdering so many of our people and our leaders. Today, we get justice for our entire island.
Alright, everyone in.
I'll meet you at the Coliseum.
Putain, ça m'a fait rire, je sais pas pourquoi.
Oh là là.
Oh, le
Ils
mec
vont jouer
avec
de la
sa
guitare pendant le combat.
Il va être là, il va faire. Ding, 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 bam, bam. Bon, le monde, mec.
Y'a même pas tout le monde là. Ouais, il manque toute son armée à lui là. Mais là, tu dois avoir 2 FPS là, y'a trop de joueurs.
Il faut avoir un bon PC là.
A few days ago, my home was turned into a death trap behind my back. I was framed and then forced to go through a rigged trial.
Guilty on all counts. Yes.
J'avoue que son trial, mec, il a été corrompu aussi, putain.
Every person in the world wanted me dead. But today, you all know the truth about who really killed our leaders and our friends. Today, we walk ahead, we storm the volcano, and we get justice!
Mais je passe un incroyable moment.
Thank you, Saps.
J'adore.
Alright, everyone, listen up. There's a lot of things to watch out for.
Tu penses c'est qui va win, Théo?
Je sais
Avant
pas.
que ça commence.
Je crois que eux sont beaucoup plus nombreux que ceux du volcan. Mais ceux du volcan, ils ont leur défense de base quoi. Ils ont mis des pièges.
Ils ont l'armure des Eurites, ceux du volcan.
Et ils ont mis des pièges, mais ils sont moins nombreux.
Ils ont mis des pièges. Mais ils sont un peu moins nombreux.
Aucune idée.
2 FPS.
Lag, t'en as dans le chat qui était là. Lag. Bah tu m'étonnes. 500 personnes au même endroit.
Mec, ça wow. Tu les cuts, ils sont faits en rythme avec la musique et tout. Punaise. C'est vénère. Les gars, moi je suis chaud de faire une vidéo comme ça sur la chaîne. Mais du coup, je sors une vidéo par an. Faut choisir.
C'est ça.
Faut choisir, les gars. On se voit plus, les gars, pendant 365 jours et je vous prends une vidéo comme ça. Ils ont foutu la lave de partout sur la montagne, t'as vu, pour pas qu'il puisse passer.
They're pouring water on the lava, but the water still burns.
Ah ouais, l'eau brûle même ici, même...
Okay, send out the covenant now, right now.
Go, 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 go.
T'as vu, une attaque sur le côté, t'as vu?
Ouais.
Big fighting on the ground right now. Covenant is attacking from behind.
Keep going! Skin shine. Joker's got silver lining. Holy Mary sings songs in the wet rain. Walking ahead.
Shields up, shields up!
Some arrows, guys. They only have so many arrows. Now every new day is a new firearm to my teeth.
Mec, imagine, tu joues cette guerre, cette bataille. Là, t'es un des personnages. Mec, tu meurs, c'est fini, mec. Je sais pas si t'en rends compte. Tout le monde se fight là.
They got it, they got it.
Je suis en train de regarder Seigneur des Anneaux là. Premier piège.
The final push, here we go.
Ouf. C'est sauvé avec l'eau. Mec, mais la musique et tout, mec, c'est... Pour Linguini, mec.
Where's the Queen?
Elle est là-haut, là. Et attends, mais il est où aussi, comment il s'appelle
ouais, ils étaient trop nombreux, ils vont gagner. Ouais, l'autre, l'enculé, là.
Il est où? On voit pas fight.
Elle se suicide? Ouais, elle s'enfuit, là. Oh, elle est morte.
Elle est morte. Il manque plus que Fluxion.
Fluxion est là. Ah, faut le buter, là. Y a pas de parler, là. Faut... Elle est là, faut le saccager, là. Et il est sous potion. Ah, le bâtard.
Il doit avoir 14 000 potions là, frérot.
Putain, mais
il est chaud,
arrive
et c'est un
encore,
bon
hein.
joueur. Ah. Mais regarde la montagne. Regarde les dégâts, les constructions. Non, 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 Théo, j'accepte pas que ce soit vrai. J'accepte pas que c'est pas scénarisé, frérot.
Surely not.
J'y crois pas non plus que c'est pas scénarisé.
J'y crois pas là, frérot.
Les gars, on est youtubeurs.
Non, faut arrêter.
C'est
là.
pas possible.
Of course.
Attends, tu vois pas, il a genre, il va tout faire exploser.
T'imagines, il a un bouton.
Ouais, c'est ça. C'est bon, c'est ça. Il y a un truc comme ça.
Hold on.
Et il a envoyé un message privé à Fluxion.
Non, c'est qu'il voit qu'il est pas mort en faisant ça.
Ah oui. Non, regarde, il se parle là. Regarde, il bouge plus.
Oh, come on. Alright guys, let's go.
I will be there. Je vais être là.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Il s'est envoyé un message et Fluxion lui a dit je serai là.
Ah, ils vont faire un 1v1. Il lui propose un 1v1 final.
What? No way.
Oh là 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 là. Absolute cinéma.
Wow, you actually showed up.
Can't say no to a friend, can I?
Wouah. Non mais mec, attends, c'est des phrases de cinéma, frérot.
Flux. Look at all these people dying right now because of you.
You know, Saps, none of this would have happened if you had died like you were supposed to. I'm sorry for everything you've had to go through.
Oh mec. Ils ont tous les deux DH en diamant et t'as vu, ils ont pas de DH en netherite. Allez, il faut savoir les amis que tout est vrai.
Le stress qu'ils devaient avoir les deux derrière le PC là.
Ouais. Y a rien qui a été scénarisé au KO les gars, je vous le dis. Il y a juste des plans d'illustration qui ont été refaits au montage, mais à part ça, tout s'est vraiment passé. Mec, c'est incroyable les plans et tout là, frérot.
Oh! Oh, c'est tellement bien joué!
Il a mis de l'eau, t'as vu, il a mis de l'eau à ses pieds.
Ouais, pour
arrêter de
s'éteindre.
cramer. Mais là, il est lourd là, frérot là.
Il va l'avoir, allez.
Ouais, il a remangé une pomme.
Non. Oh! Oh là là, la justice est bien faite. Let's go! Oh la vache!
Il est mort!
Mais qui d'autre que lui pour mettre fin à tout ça en même temps?
Mais mec! Ils étaient chauds les deux en PVP hein!
Saps had killed Flux. And with that, Flux's reign of terror was over.
J'applaudis. Absolute cinéma.
Oh punaise mec!
Intense.
Incroyable! Mec, c'est incroyable là! C'est incroyable!
J'adore.
Mec, qu'est-ce que je suis en train de voir? 129, 191 Théo après la guerre.
Là, voilà.
Today, we gather to honor the lives
Il y a plus de 300 personnes en vie.
in the battle of Infernus. Since then, I think we haven't felt the same. I know I certainly don't.
The Island 2 West Helm Alliance had defeated the Infernus forces. But winning had come at a high cost.
Le nombre de tombes qu'ils ont fait.
After the war, people across the world took time to mourn their dead, reflect upon
T'imagines
the
mec,
battle,
tu fais du RP avec des gars
eventually
pendant des heures et ils meurent.
Des jours. Ouais.
Now that Infernus, the Covenant, and the Commonwealth were off the map, there were talks of creating a new world government. But ultimately, it never really materialized, and all the remaining nations just agreed to do their own thing and have peace.
In the corner of the crowded
Island 1 had taken the brunt of the war. Crops trampled, the big tree scorched, the volcano ravaged. As a result, people across Island 1 struggled after the war.
Il y a des gens ils se sont suicidés à la fin.
Ouais, mais tu sais qu'il y a des gens innocents, genre qui savent même pas pourquoi ils ont fait la guerre sur le volcan, genre.
Elysium was fine though.
C'est parce qu'on leur a raconté des mensonges, genre.
The Nation of Peace had decided to hold a peace festival. And on their shore was something new.
Je me suis trop le mettre dans son micro.
From Luminara.
Ils ont terminé le pont. Et il est en vie, Legacy. Celui qui a failli crever à cause de
So everybody lived on in peace, including Saps, who at long last had returned to Island 2.
Mec, Sap, c'est en vie, Théo, frère.
Il est en vie.
Regarde, il repasse où il a fui.
Still, the world wasn't totally conflict-free. The Cass Coalition Bakery was yet to be exposed for causing the death of Wood Daddy.
Ouais, c'est celles qui sont enfuies au début de game. Mais non, lui, il se cache toujours.
It's a big world, so it's not a surprise that many stories like these may just never end. But I think there's some beauty in that.
Tricolore. Alcarazina. Aperion. Niveau Moore. Western.
We will catch that traitor. But tonight you can rest. You've made your emperor very proud.
Wow.
Jury, you have heard all of the evidence. If you find Thomas 5200 guilty of aiding Fluxion with his reign of terror, jump now. Thomas, may you find mercy in the end, senor.
Barbiland. J'avais oublié.
Mec, ils vont se marrer.
A little bit for like 5 minutes. I realized you could blow up my nation and kill all of my citizens, but that doesn't mean you will.
Barbie, do you take Oppenheimer to be your one and only Ken?
I do.
Oppenheimer, same thing?
I do.
Now, at this time, Barbie and Oppenheimer have requested that instead of rings, they will both exchange something slightly different. If you would please turn your attention to the nuclear bomb that's behind us.
Quoi?
Il va faire péter. Il va tout faire péter ou quoi?
Ouais, c'est une bombe nucléaire Barbie, frérot. Oh là là.
So slowly lose control as emotions overflow, falling into the unknown.
C'est un mec loyal, lui.
Mais c'est la meilleure vidéo que j'ai vue de ma vie. Hein.
C'est
la meilleure,
ouais,
c'est la meilleure vidéo Minecraft que j'ai vue de ma vie, frérot.
Même vidéo YouTube, hein, là j'avoue que là.
Ouais, c'est vénère, frère. Waouh.
Je sais pas si dans le monde, l'univers YouTube, il y a déjà une vidéo qui a pris autant de temps à se faire. Parce que là, les gars, la vidéo est sortie il y a combien de temps? Il y a 1 mois. Elle a été tournée il y a pile 2 ans. Donc il y a 2 ans de taf sur cette vidéo. Donc tout ça a été tourné à 2 ans. C'est comme un film, ça a été fait comme un film, frère. Un film, c'est tourné 2 ans plus tard, ça sort au cinéma, c'est la même chose, frère. Je vais m'abonner à sa chaîne.
Des vidéos comme ça, on en aura peu. Hein. Moi aussi, frérot, je m'abonne direct. Les amis, j'espère vraiment que vous avez passé un bon moment. Je pense que vous allez être nombreux à arriver jusqu'à la fin, tellement l'histoire est incroyable. Il y aura la chaîne de Ish, le créateur de cette expérience, dans la description. Mon objectif, moi les gars, c'était de vous la partager pour une communauté FR, car très peu de Français en fait connaissent l'existence de cette vidéo. Donc n'hésitez pas à la partager à vos proches, car 100% ils vont passer un très très bon moment. Des bisous les refs, c'était Unchained. Ciao bye, c'est merde.